Hey y'all. Hello. How is everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Oh, it's good to be back gossiping in comfort, Lord. In comfort. The internet is working properly, and so is my big old mouth. And we got to talk about RHOA because I missed it Sunday because, holiday and all that good stuff. And then, we got another episode coming Sunday. So I'm like, look, if we don't catch up now, we ain't going to catch up. So y'all get on in here. Let's talk. How y'all doing? Okay, anybody, like, if everybody else have to catch it on replay, that's cool too. But y'all know I can't not talk about it. Okay, I cannot not talk about what happened because I promised y'all I was going to try to hang, and I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. Now, normally, we go live right after the show, and Sunday will be no exception. Last Sunday was. Let me greet who's in the room, and y'all pay attention to the message that is pinned at the top of the chat. We got a couple of birthdays we got to, celebrate and show some love. We got our girl Sunshine with her beautiful self, and we got my girl Miss Rita, hardest working lady in hair braiding. Okay, these are two esteemed, illustrious members of the royal family. So y'all, please make sure that you show them some love. Y'all know that Cash App is the royal family's version of pinning that good dollar to your beautiful birthday blouse. So make sure, even if it's a dollar, even if it's $1, okay, pin it to your sister's shirt. Let's show some love. Let her know let both of our sisters know we love them. Happy birthday, belated and all that, which way it come, okay? We just want you to know that we love you and we're celebrating with you and you mean the world to us, okay? Now let me greet who up in here so we can get to this gossip because we got to talk about the show. And then if y'all don't mind, I want us to have a little small, just an eensy-weensy conversation about the messiness that went on between Jason Lee and Marlo Hampton. That was some messy conversation. Now, in my opinion, I feel like Marlo kind of held her own pretty good. She didn't go all the way into the mess. Jason Lee definitely tried to drag her into the abyss. And we're going to talk about that too, okay? Let me greet everybody before I start running my mouth because y'all know how I go. Once I start, okay, it's kind of hard for me to stop. So we ain't even going to let me start that until I greet everybody who is here because I'm happy to see y'all. Y'all don't even know. When I can't gossip, I feel like I'm holding my breath. Child, even my back home gossip got real. Everything's just been happening. Hey, Patricia Walking, how you doing, girl? Miss Tampa, Florida. Okay, BJ Des in the house. Jackie Gaines, hey, sis. She working, but she done slid through. Kia Coco Pop is up in the building. Y'all know what it is. You know what it is. Always good to see my sisters. All right, there go baby sis Lala Chanel, the student. Okay, les étudiants. This student, she's so diligent, so hardworking. We got happy to be happy. We happy you made it. Jenna Harris, that's my bookie right there. How you doing? Yes, honey, the pretty girls are on the porch. God's anointed daughter, good to see you. Hey, cool gamer, always cool and always in the building. Miss Peaches N.O., how you doing, sis? So good to see you. Susan Bibbs, hey, girl, how you been doing? Man, it's good to see you. Hey, Meg Scott, how you? Toffee Mocha. Hey girl. You say you supposed to be napping. Go on, stay up now, Jenna. Don't start that. Okay. Philly in the building. You better represent your clique, girl. Represent your town. My argument is, how you doing? Good to see you, DV. Hey DV, how are you? Bed-Stuy BK, that's my sis. I love you so much. Oh, she said this is a happy birthday to the birthday girls. I know that's right. Couture Bay. Hey, gorgeous. I love that girl. She's so sweet. DS, how are you? Hey. Auntie Eva, you made it all right. That's a nice picture of your mama. Oh my days, what's happening? Oh my days. Dana Cutler, Miss Steelers Nation, Miss Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. Okay. What you say, Jen? I'm already here cutting up. You may as well hang out. You may as well. You're not going to sleep. You may as well just get comfortable, girl. Hey, Morgan's Music, sis. How you doing? Oh, okay. I'm so glad y'all here. Look, so before we get into this show, can we please address this messy conversation between Jason, colorist, trifling Lee, and Marlo Hampton? Can we please discuss it? Now, we know Marlo mouth can be a little reckless. You know, Miss St. Pete can get a little reckless. But the day that Miss St. Pete is the voice of reason and be literally shaving stuff off and cooling it down and smoothing it out, you know you've gone too far. Couple of things. I'm not going to pick their whole conversation apart, but it was some stuff that I'm going to have to address because I don't know. It made me feel some type of way. I was uncomfortable. Hey, Angel Gamer. Yes, at last. Okay. The gossip has come along and we finna get into it. So look, first of all, let me just say this. Jason Lee is a mess. Now, do I believe that Tamar Braxton more than likely told him Kandi wear fake designers? I believe Tamar said it. Whether it's true or not, God only knows. We know one thing for a fact and two things for certain. If Kandi want to wear actual labels, she can. Can't nobody accuse that girl of not being able to afford the actual labels. If she decide to go with like local designers that might use some fabrics that ain't exactly from the designer, we'll never know. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like, do I believe Tamar said it? Yes. Of course, Tamar went to the blogs later and said that she never said that blase squaze. Girl, that's your homeboy. You said it. You just didn't mean for him to repeat it. And then when he said it, he actually said, I don't know if I'm supposed to be repeating this. You shouldn't have never said it. That's number one. But the fact that he got on that platform to do that, I don't know. Y'all know how I feel about Jason Lee. He colorist, he trifling, he's very anti-black woman. Now, while I may not be a Kandi fan, I didn't like that. I felt like that was nasty. You literally went out of your way, Jason, colorist Lee. Jason, I hate black women Lee. And why any black women befriend him it's going to always and forever be a shock to my system. I will never understand it as long as I live. But I felt like you went out of your way to try and humiliate that sister, talking about she wearing fake designers. I don't know. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna give props to Marlo, because Marlo was very straight up. She was like, I've never witnessed that she's never done that in front of me. And thank you for Marlo clearing that up. You know what I'm saying? She ain't jump in there with him. She could have. Y'all, please hit the like button before I keep running my mouth. Hit the like button. Okay, please. Please. I know I've been gone for a couple days. You know, the girl was doing things. But can y'all please hit the like button? Because that's what helps me in the algorithm. Now I see who up in here. And I'm just asking y'all to hit a like button. If you don't mind. If you could. I'm panhandling for likes. And I ain't too proud to beg. Okay, Jules done jumped up here to try to talk to y'all. Cat, don't nobody want to talk to you. You's a little cat. You can't gossip. What you gonna talk about, Jules? If y'all could see this fool, she looking at the computer like she really got something to say. Girl, you ain't got nothing on this conversation. But y'all please hit the like button, okay? East 32nd. Child, how you been? But yeah, I ain't really like that. I ain't like that. Yeah, I don't like that, Jenna. You know, I don't like people lying on folks. I didn't like that. And I appreciate the fact that Marlo cleared up. Like, I've never seen that lady do that. And that, I appreciate her for that. I just do. I just don't think it's cool to lie on nobody. I don't care if you don't like them, don't do it. Right, Jenna. And I do believe Tamar definitely said it in backpedaling because she saw how ugly that sounds. And sometimes you have to think about the things you say, right? If it's so ugly that you don't want nobody to know you said it, then how about don't say it? But you know, I'm not her mama. I'm sure her mama can talk to her about that. DS say Tamar widescreen mouth just trying to be important because she not. But you know, I get what you're saying, DS. But that conversation between her and Jason Lee, I don't think she meant for nobody else to hear that. I just think she felt like saying something mean and hateful and didn't know that fool was going to repeat it. Her mouth is definitely reckless. Jay, that's my dog. So you been gone for a minute, but you back with the jump off. That's right. Goons in the club, case something jump off. Okay, you already know. Y'all hit the like button for me. Yeah, them likes is free. The likes don't cost nothing. Okay? All right, Miss Peaches N.O., I appreciate you for that. I love you for it. Child Jules trying to get in the gossip. I'm like, what is going on with you, look at? Oh, man. Listen, when life get the whooping on you, hit it back. Don't stand there and just take licks. Trade licks. Hit back. Couture Bay says she wanted to stick it to Kandi. I get that, Couture Bay. I get it. I understand being angry with people. I understand being offended at people. You know what I mean? People have offended me, but you don't go telling stories on people and saying nasty stuff like that. You don't do that. And then to say it to somebody that you know or take it out in the public and try to humiliate the other person, that's not cool. I don't know if Tamar thought that was going to make her look good. Or, you know, like I said, I feel like maybe she didn't think it was ever going to come out that she said something that ugly. But it did, because her messy friend came on and brought it to the forefront. One Nurse Courtney, hey sis. Terrell say, hey everybody, I know I'm late, but glad I caught the live. Child, I'm glad you caught it too. I missed y'all. Hey, Miss Weedy Pooh. DS say Jason is messy and it's gotten worse since his 10 toes down about the queen. Child, you know he killed Liz way before she died, but she, you know, nasty she was, she could die a few times. You say Jason P. You call that man Jason P. Lord la. Y'all done started. Don't. Whew. So that ain't all he said. That kind of got under my nerves a little bit. Okay. So Marlo kind of drifted him away from that part and went to talking about, right, Jason probably did start it, but you know, if you, all us got some friends that's messy. If you got a messy friend or at least one messy cousin, put a one in the chat. I'm gonna wait and see. And then I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about that. I do believe he could have started it, but I want to see ones in the chat. If you got a messy friend or at least one messy cousin, because I got some thoughts about it. Hey, Fifi. Yeah, Jenna, she called that man Jason P. DS, you got some messy folks? Because I know plenty of them. I got one of my favorite cousins is messy as hell. I got good friends that's messy. I got people from back home I came up with that's real messy. I mean messy. Hey, Miss Niecy. DV, all y'all know some messy folks. Okay, so this is my point. I'm just making sure that I'm in good company. And everybody done ran across some messy people, messy friends, messy cousins, whatever. Okay? Okay? This is the thing. Even if Jason Lee started that conversation with Tamar, somebody can be messy talking to you and you don't have to feed into it. You can laugh at them and be like, child, you crazy, and move on. You don't have to engage. And even if you go engage because you don't like the person, don't go saying stuff that you know not true. That's not nice. Hey, sweet beloved. The beautiful Bianca Edwards is in the chat. That's my baby. She say hit the like button. Okay. Hey, Nina Ross. So listen. That's my thing. Tamar didn't have to lead, didn't have to feed into that and to sit up and just say all kind of nasty, like whatever she can come up with, because that's how it sounds. Like you were just throwing stuff out there. But Marlo cleared it up, like I said, and was like, no, I never seen her do that. But what she did talk about was this Family Feud situation, and said that they was on the Family Feud and that Drew Sidora had tape on the sole of her Giuseppe's, like she was planning on carrying them back to them people's store. Now, have mercy. Now, I'm going to give Marlo a little bit of credit because Jason Lee was going to take it all the way left. Talking about you saying she broke. She said, no, I'm not saying that. All I said was them shoes going back to the store. So, kudos to Marlo for keeping it 100. Hey, I ain't speaking on that lady money because I don't know that lady money, but it was tape on the sole of that shoe. I say, well, now, I hope that ain't what she doing, because I know back in the day, people used to do that back in the 80s. I didn't even know in the 2020s anything that people were still carrying clothes back to the store. Okay, now I saw one of them ball players that did it for the water clothes for the little tunnel walk that they be doing to take pictures. And then the young man at the store said he brought them clothes back. And I just think that's bad because these people ain't po like that. So there's no reason to do that. You're taking advantage of people. If you didn't want to spend the money, then wear something that's in your closet. Don't do that, because them salespeople depend on them commissions. And they taking their time showing you stuff, selling you stuff, and then you go select it and take it back to the store. That's not nice. So I hope that Drew just maybe accidentally stepped in some tape and it was just perfectly plastered on the sole of both of the shoes. Like, I know I'm reaching. I'm just saying. Y'all hit the like button now. Hit the like button. Before I say something about Jason Lee y'all don't like and y'all want to take them likes back, let me get that out. Okay? So that happened. I was a little uncomfortable with him trying to take it all the way to Drew supposed to be broke, because I don't see that. That's not what I'm seeing. Then it was the conversation that he tried to have about Kenya Moore and her face. I didn't like that. And again, shout out to Marlo for the save. I don't know what Jason Lee's problem is with black women, but it's getting to be a bit much. I know that's supposed to be Marlo's friend or whatever, and maybe that's why he's not attacking her, because he friends with her, he friends with Nene, he friends with quite a few people. I wouldn't spit on him to put him out if he was on fire, and I mean that. He's clearly showing that he has a bias and an issue with black women. So he made a statement concerning Kenya Moore and talking about basically trying to say this lady's ugly without her makeup. And I'm glad that Marlo kind of smoothed that one out and was like, I think she just has large pores. She's a baby doll. And thank God for that. Thank God for that. Because the truth of the matter is, like, as ladies, we might sit around and be like, ooh, child, your pores, your skin moisturized, you know, but you a whole man. And you out here on the World Wide Web, on the internet, trying to call this woman ugly because of some skin issues. Jason Lee, you don't have skin issues, and you still sitting up there looking like a great value kid and play. You still sitting up there looking like you're looking. Now I know somehow on one level or another, you done told yourself you was attractive because you mixed and recessive and whatnot. But you're not. You're strange looking. You look strange when you were fat. You look strange now that you're smaller. You a strange looking fella. And what makes you look even worse is that you got the audacity to be on the internet in front of a camera, microphone, and an audience every chance you get, trying to humiliate and insult a black woman. You might want to be more careful. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm absolutely disappointed at black women supporting him. But I'm a climb on down off of my soapbox. But I just had to point that out because I felt like that whole conversation was messy. I ain't like it. Well, I listened because I wanted to know what that piece of trash was going to say. Because every chance he gets, he attacks. And y'all know how I am. I don't care if I don't care for another sister's character. I'm never okay with no man sitting up thinking he can just bash and attack and try to humiliate. I don't think it's cool. I'm not for it. I don't care how effeminate you present. I'm not for it. Jenna say Marlo said she has big pores, but she's a pretty life-size Barbie. Yeah, she called her a Barbie, a pretty Barbie. Because the thing is, the girl is pretty. Who the hell is he to try to call her ugly because of skin issues? Get the hell out of here. It's people with skin smooth like a baby's backside that can still scare the sugar out of candy cane. So, you know, I just felt like he had a lot of nerve. He just don't like black women because he want to be one. I concur, DV. He's a baiter. He's a hater. He's anti-black woman, and he's colorist as hell, and I'm sick of him. Right. That's exactly what he wanted, Couture Bay. He wanted Marlo to drag, and she was classy. Yeah, because, you know, us Florida girls, our mouths might be rough, but there's boundaries. There's certain stuff we ain't going to just dry long so like that. Yes, Bed-Stuy BK. He was completely out of order. And before we get to this review, I had to speak on that because I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Jason Lee. I don't care if Tamar did tell him that Kandi wore fake labels, fake designers, or whatever. Even if Tamar said it, and I believe she did, because Tamar strikes me as that kind. I can't say she did, but I believe she did. Even if Tamar said it, he knew it wasn't true. He repeated it to be nasty. That's the problem I got with him. Yeah, the weight loss did make him more vicious because he thought he looked good, baby. Just because you lost some weight and your titties went down, you still look a mess. You always have and you always will. And something tells me you look just like your mammy. Jenna say Jason P is the worst, so problematic. He's the same one that was on Wild and Out. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey DT, my boo in the chat. Your crown is back. I see your crown. If you dropped it, you sure grab that bad boy right on back. Thank you. Tell the truth, shame the devil. You know that's what I'm gonna do if it kill me. Zenobia, yes. I'm glad you made it too. But I'm sick of that. Like this whole thing where people think that they can just attack and say all kind of derogatory stuff about black women just because you felt like it. I want him to get off the horse tranquilizers. Uh-oh, it's one of our birthday girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We love you, Miss Reed. Happy birthday to you. I'm glad you stopped in. I told y'all this is a hard-working lady. She says she can't stay. She got a client. She just wanted to thank my big sis for birthday. Shout out and say thanks to the sis who sent me the birthday money. All right. Listen, thank you, whichever sis did that. And I'm going to show you some love as soon as I get up out of here, too, because I can't do 2, 3 things at once. But happy birthday to you. I appreciate it. Jenna says, sometimes when people lose weight, they get extra mean. Some folks don't want to talk about that, but it's true. They're excited to look down on other folks for a change. Yeah, because their self-esteem is in the toilet. And they've always probably felt like, I feel like this about myself because I'm fat, when really you feel like that about yourself just because that's how you feel about yourself. The weight wasn't the problem, you the problem. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know. I don't like how he moving. Like the way he talks about and to black women is a problem for me. Meg say, I must say Marlo goes low, but she won't just say anything or make up stuff. She'll go low with you on your truth. And as you should. If you gonna get down there and tell the truth. Don't just be telling tales. That's ugly. Hey, Kim Bird, how you feel, sis? Ooh, DT, what you say? Say Jasmina Lee looked like a moldy ring around a bathtub. He do look dingy and yellow now. I'm going to give him that. He definitely giving ring around the collar, honey. So look, let's get into this show review. I'm going to give y'all the abridged version. I ain't going to try to tear the whole world down, but we're going to talk about it just a little bit. Okay? So it looks like, hold on. So anyway, apparently this is like the aftermath of this party. Is what I could gather. Right. The aftermath of this whole party. It looked like the only person that was there just enjoying themselves was Marlo. Hey, Miss Sparkle in the house. Let me stop the presses and holler at sis. Hey sis. Glad you made it. Kiki in the house. Hey, look at that little schnookums. Look at the baby. Oh, okay. So look. I'm back. I don't know what happened. But anyway, ain't no point in getting all mad just because somebody, you know, checked you about some stuff that they were told that you said. Now, if you want to be mad at the person who went back, Kandi, and repeated what you said about this girl. That's who you need to be mad at. It don't need to be mad at her because, like you said, and like she concurred, y'all don't know each other. The person for Kandi to be angry with is whoever she sat up with talking trash about this girl. That's who she need to be mad with. And I'm gonna tell you the other reason, y'all, why I do believe that Kandi did say exactly what them people told that girl she said. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. I believe she did it because she got an issue with Sheree, and the girl was coming on as Sheree's friend. Now that's what I think. That's what I think. And so it was like, okay, they might have known a couple people in common or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna throw shots. I'm gonna say she clout chasing. I'm gonna say whatever because it's like I need to hurry up and discredit Sheree's friend in a hurry because Sheree got another friend since Fat Toon gone, and I got Moneta here to lick my boots. So I need somebody, I need everybody to look real bad. Look at this girl real bad. Because y'all know that's how Kandi plays. She throw rocks and hide her hands. And I think she wanted to throw rocks and hide her hands in this situation, and the girl pulled her hands out of pocket and was like, do y'all see Kandi hands? And Kandi got mad because she, got caught up in her stuff. Okay? Baby girl, say it. I know y'all enjoying the show, but take 4 seconds, hit the like button. Please, y'all, hit the like button. Please look out for me. Because I'll do it for you. I would. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So yeah, I do in my heart of hearts, if I'm being completely honest, I believe that Kandi said that stuff. I really do. Mm-hmm. I truly believe she said it. So anyway, past that, so she's being all extra and ignorant and country and ghetto, and stick a pin in that word because it's gonna come back later with her still trying to be extra and ignorant. Okay. Then you got Sonya checking in with the ladies, and this is where I don't know. I feel like, well, y'all know I felt like from the beginning Sonya was not a good fit for this show. I'm sure on some level, in some spaces, she may be a nice person, but Sonya is not a good fit for this show. Now, if I'm telling the truth, neither is Moneta. Moneta is as boring as oatmeal with no sugar, butter, or nothing, or cinnamon, just sitting there. Just oats and water is what Moneta's giving. Okay? Have mercy. Y'all see what DT say. Y'all hit the like button. That's all I can say. Hit the like button. So, anyway, Sonya comes over there to check in with the ladies. So she say, hey, Cheryl, I see you made it. You say box fan voice definitely said it. Uh-oh. Hey, Tara Hill. I'm glad you made it, girl. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, just oats and water. Just oats and water. So listen. So she come in. I'm checking in with y'all. She acting like, I guess she wanted to make sure she got some time on the camera. But then when she saw them talking, she tried to be dramatic. I feel like she wasn't offended by them doing that. You brought them there. You knew they was going to do that. Okay. You already knew when you threw the party, they was going to do that. But then she tried to be dramatic and y'all and get a whole moment. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Because see, tonight is about my husband. Well, girl, if that's the case, why the hell did you come over there with them messy heifers anyway? Why did you not, make something exciting take place around you and your husband so that the camera would be over there? And that's how you got your camera time. Sonya really don't have no personality. She ain't got nothing to give. So she went over there to that table, checking in to get in front of that camera and tried to be dramatic, storming off to try to make the ladies look like they were being ignorant and childish or whatever, which they were. Okay, but I don't know. That whole looking for a moment thing, like we've seen it before, sis. That's all. J.I. say all I can think of is Portia and Nene would have been so funny in them scenes. Child, hilarious. We're going to talk about that too. Put a pin in Nene's name because I'm going to bring it back up later. Bet that. DT say Monietta so boring. She made Finesse 2 times bedroom tape look more interesting to watch. Now that's deep, DT. That's deep. You say you can't miss a read. I feel you. Hey, Nadine. I'm just saying. There go my MJ. Hey, sugar. DT say Sonya need to take her medals and leave the show. All of them. And the gold medal flower. All of it. Just get up out of there. Her and them two. Well, how many she got, y'all? 1 3/4 medals. She got them 1 3/4. She need to take all 1 3/4 and hit it and hold it. Okay. Hey, Essence. So then after that happens, after, Sonya pulls her whole fake dramatic, storming off situation, Kandi then decides she gonna push this narrative about this DM again. Y'all please hit the like button. Hey, Dora. You a hardworking lady too. I can't never talk to you. Don't steal that woman, man. Girl, I'm so over Monietta. She's so dry. You're officially a college senior. We are so proud of you, MJ. You better do it. There's our other birthday girl. Happy birthday to you. All right, sunshine. She said, thank y'all for the birthday love and wishes. Truly appreciate it. We love you, Bookie. Okay. All right. So look. Okay, so boom. So Kandi gonna push the DM narrative, child. So that's when she tries to push it to Sheree, where you would wanna know. And so Sheree was like, yeah, I want the whole story, not half the story. Now this is where Sheree actually surprised me. Just a little bitty bit, y'all. If I'm telling the truth, Sheree surprised me because we find out later in the show that's why Sheree was so cool and calm and put together, because Sheree ain't never, she'll start warbling like a laying hen, like a chicken in a minute. Her voice go to warbling, and go to stuttering and stuff. And all of a sudden, Sheree not studying it. She's not stuttering and warbling like a chicken. She just calmly talking. I'm like, why is Sheree so calm? Then we find out later on in the show, it's because Martell had already told her everything. He had already put her up on game, and she knew what time it was. That's why she was so calm. Because I was like, Sheree is she ain't no baby. How all of a sudden she learned how to be composed? Ain't nothing composed and put together by Sheree. She cute, but ain't nothing composed and put together about her. So I was trying to figure out how come. Then we find out almost at the end of the episode, at the very end, she already knew about everything. That's why. So really, by them coming to Sheree like they did, they really played themselves. That's how they got caught lying on that man. That's how they got caught lying. Because he had already told Sheree, so Sheree was super cool, and then they ended up being kind of exposed, and it was I would have been embarrassed. Like, I ain't never went out and lied on nobody, but if I had ever decided I'm going to just tell a lie on somebody and got caught lying on somebody, I would be shamed. I would. Okay? But, my mama raised me different, so, that's all I'm going to say. I don't mean no disrespect to Joyce. I love Joyce. But still, I would have been embarrassed if I had tried to lie on somebody and got caught out there like that. So Kandi pushing this DM narrative and, oh, well, he was in her DMs. How do you feel about him being in her DMs? And girl, she feel fine because that man had already told her everything she needed to know about the people that he could have ever had contact with in her friend circle and showed her the message. Okay? Now, so then Kandi was like, after Martell comes back and was like, oh, I'm sorry, I did. And I feel like he was being messy. Because you did that just to keep, I feel like he wanted to keep them lying. And I'm not blaming him. I'm not one of those people like, oh, I'ma blame you because somebody is lying on you. I'm not gonna do that because that's not nice. That's not nice. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not all right. But I felt like he was kind of dragging it out to get them to tell some more lies, to get them to say some more stuff that wasn't cool. Y'all, please hit the like button. Okay, folks trickling in because of y'all. Y'all hit the like button. That bring folks in the room. So please keep hitting the like button because I didn't set my live up in time because they don't be sending my notifications no way. So please hit the like button and help your sis out. So he drags it out, but then when he go back, he quickly was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did message you, whatever," and showed the message. Then you got Kandi still trying to perpetuate the lie, talking about, well, he could have deleted it. He could have deleted it. But if he deleted it, how the hell is it still in his phone? And it ain't like he could have deleted it and then sent another one and she didn't get it. He couldn't have deleted it and then still had it. And if he'd have sent another one to try to cover up something, it wouldn't have had the timestamp for August of 2020. Like, ain't no way to clean that up. Y'all lied on that dude. You knew you was lying. You got caught. And instead of having the decency to say, my bad, we were just messing around, or, oh, you know, I felt like that what he said could have meant something. It could have had a double meaning. You know, you could have did something other than just try to hang on to that lie. But they was holding on to it like God's unchanging hand. And, you know, that's just what they did. So then after Kenya get caught in her lie, then she started basically picking a fight. Because he said, yeah, I'm pretty sure I bet you she, you know, accept all her messages, or she check all her messages or whatever. So she went to picking a fight and she cussing and then she went to, you know, now this is where I felt like, Kenya, now you going too far now. You're going too far, sis. Come on back from the edge. Come back from the edge. Because she went to comparing the man to Bob Whitfield, which I don't feel nothing for Martell, like, oh, don't compare him to the Cyclops Bob. But what I do want to say is that's something that's hurtful to Sheree. So why are you bringing up the person that was, you know, she claimed was abusive to her, you know, trying to make your point about this fella? Because if somebody brought up Matt after you tried to make him look like he was whooping on you, then you would be like, why would you bring that up? Because, you know, it hurts me. Remember, now, if y'all recalling, I'm not reaching. I'm not doing like her. I'm telling it like it is. Okay, I'm a real Aquarius. I ain't on no cuss. I'm giving it blood raw. Y'all remember last season, I want y'all to take it all the way back. What's our favorite song? Y'all ready? Back down memory lane. We going back down memory lane. Y'all remember just last season, she was mad because Marlo brought up the fact that Mark left her and she going through a divorce. She ain't want nobody to mention that, but you bringing up a whole Cyclops that was married to Sheree, divorced her, and tried not to give her money. Somebody she claimed was abusive to her. Was that was okay? That was okay, Kenya? I said, wait a minute now. Ain't y'all supposed to be friends? Right, Couture, they wanted a moment and it failed. But the fact that Kenya took it all the way there, you bringing up Bob, like, girl, come on now. Come back from the edge. You don't went too far, sis. Yeah, it's easy to lie on a messy person. It is. It is. Unless that person is better at being messy than you. And Martell has proven that round one, he took the point because he's better at being messy. DT said, I can't stand talk with your sis Martella, but that DM mess is stupid. Right. That's all I'm saying. I don't really dig his character. I still say he looked like Franklin the Turtle. I wouldn't have 10 seconds conversation for him, but you don't lie on people. And if you do and you get caught, you need to just own that. You need to just own that. Please hit the thumbs up, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Jenna say, Kenya talking out both sides of her face. First saying he a good husband, then he all types of abusive. Okay, girl. Right. Y'all remember she wasn't talking none of that before. That's why I say I feel like she doing this for the show, but it's still not cute. Tom G in the house. Hey, what's happening? Look. Yeah, the good daddy and all that. Child, I don't know. I don't know. I felt like it was really a lot. That's beyond the point, Auntie Eva. We already know that he trash. That's not even a bone of contention. A bone of contention. The bone or the point of contention is that you don't lie on people, even if they are trash. That's the problem. I don't watch no speak on it. Now, I told you I don't watch nothing from Kandi. She lied too much. She get on my nerves with that line. It make my nerves bad. You remember that, Couture Bay? When Marlo mentioned Mark, oh, she had a whole meltdown, but you bringing up Bob on Sheree. I just didn't think that was cool. Nina, you sang right along with me every time. That's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah, she ain't no friend. She ain't no friend. Nobody's. But yeah, so she did that. And then Sheree and Kenya kind of went back and forth a little bit. Sheree held her own. I'm gonna give it to her. And Kenya acted out. They all got a little out of pocket a little bit. Then looked like Sheree and Martell left the party, which was a good move. But I just was like, that's what I'm saying, Miss Peaches. Kenya had to delete it, because if he had deleted it, it wouldn't have been on his side. On his end, it couldn't have still been there. On his end, it was still there because he never deleted it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say that lie caught up with him. That's why if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. You don't have to make it make sense. It's going to always make sense. And the truth don't change. You don't have to remember what you said. Yes, Franklin the Turtle. Hey, it's Franklin. Don't act like I was the only one had children making them watch that. My argument is, didn't Kenya claim a few seasons ago that Sheree was making light of abuse? Yep, she sure did. That's what she did. I'm just saying. I caught that though. Kenya love throwing around the word aggressive. Yeah, everybody's aggressive when she can't win an argument, and then you aggressive. If she can't lie on you, you aggressive. Yes, that revisionist history. And y'all know, listen, my mind might be bad about what I'm supposed to eat for dinner, but I'm going to remember some gossip. I'm real good at that. Not the aliens, girl. DT said, I need Kennedy Moore to stop lying and finally fix the world's longest divorce and get rid of Mark. Child, it's like somebody told her, like Keith Sweat, make it last forever, because that's how long she holding it. Yeah, that line making my nerves bad, Tara Hill. They did all that line. It make my nerves so bad. It make my nerves so bad. Fifi, what you say? Says terrible as Martell is, nobody should lie on him, in my opinion. Right. And this is the other thing, right? This is the other thing with it. My other thing with that is, if a person is that bad, shouldn't you be able to tell the truth on them and rip them? You shouldn't have to tell a lie to roast somebody that's a bad person. If you're a bad person, I can roast you to hell and back, and I ain't got to tell one lie. Jenna say, Auntie, these birds defending Kenya, calling Jamie Candace production person to be on speak on. They'll defend that heifer for anything. Child, Jamie, I'm not gonna speak on that. I'm not, but it's not cool what she did. DS say King is trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest divorce. Child, I think she gonna end up in there for the first divorce without a marriage, but let me be quiet. I'm telling you, as long as you telling the truth, you ain't got to remember what you said, because the story don't change. It don't. Yeah, I can't take her. I told y'all that line make my nerves real bad. It'll run my pressure up. I ain't got time for that. So anyway, then you get Drew and Ralph. Now this to me was a filler scene. It was a filler, because the both of them there, she come back from Chicago with her daddy, said he got the all the timers, he at the home, and it's hard on her mama. And he walked in there. When he went in there, he was able to walk. He was sitting in a chair, and she basically saying she feel like them people neglecting her daddy is what I got from that, what she said to her husband. Because she said he was in the chair by himself, not engaged, and nobody was really engaging with him. He was just sitting there off to himself. And that's what happens when your people go to a home. That's what happens. You know what I mean? I understand some people may have to for different reasons, so I'm not going to judge nobody. I don't want to be one of them people, because I don't like them kind of people that sit up and talk about what somebody else shouldn't have did. I don't know their situation, so I'm going to just say that's what happens when you allow your people to go to them homes. Because guess what? The staff there, they have a set number of residents that they have to take care of. I worked at a nursing home many, many donkey years ago. And so they don't have time to really sit there and entertain and engage with your family member. So then you got your activities people and things like that. But they really depend on family to kind of engage those people on a regular basis, because it's just not enough staff. It's just not enough staff. So I felt bad hearing that, but that's one of those things that sometimes it's unfortunate, but it's just a reality. It happens when they end up in them homes. And no matter how good the staff is, it's still going to leave something lacking, especially if you love your people, because you're going to always see something that should have been done different. So I don't know their situation, but that's unfortunate. Okay. She did say it kind of made her feel bad because he didn't really recognize her. Then when the mama got there, he started to kind of come around. And when he heard the singing, they played a tape of her singing or whatever, recording. You know, they ain't got no tapes no more. But they played the recording of her singing. And it said that kind of, you know, when he heard the voice, he knew it was her singing, you know. But he didn't really recognize her. And that's the sad part of Alzheimer's. Yeah, check on your elders. Don't just leave them people like that. Don't just leave them in them homes, because the staff there got a job to do. They either working 8s, 12s, or 16s, and they got a job to do. They might not be able to really take up the time that you would want them to take up with your relatives. Hey there, dope boy Philippe. How you doing? DT say, yeah, that's true. My stepdad works at a rest home, and he says the same thing. Yeah, even the ones that really care about your people and they want to, they still got other patients. They got to get up for baths, so they got to do bed baths. They got to put them in Vanda lifts and Hoyer lifts. They got to go and change them. They got to get them up for food. They got to thicken liquids before they feed them. You got to figure out who you got to table feed and who you got to take to the dining hall. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. And your nurses got to fill out incident reports. Your nurses have to do wound care, med passes. They got to do charting. They can't. They just can't. It's not possible. Even if the census is kind of low, they can't. So please, if you in a situation where you just have to put your people in a home, make sure that you got relatives and yourself that's kind of able to be there on a regular basis, because it ain't no two ways around it. Okay. Simple. So she was talking about that, and I kind of felt bad for her or whatever. And then she up there telling production that her and Ralph is at a good place. I said, I'm through. Then Ralph lets us know that Sheree friend Courtney is his cousin. Like they cousins. Right. Thank you. Meds, vitals, all that. And sometimes they have to draw on them and get urines and guaiacs and everything else. So please just check on your people. Barbara Warren, sis, where you been? It's been forever since we seen you around these parts. Good to see you. So that was a little filler scene, but it was a nice little PSA though for the people who don't take care of their folks, or you know, in a situation where like maybe your work hours won't let you tend to them, and maybe you can't afford home health or whatever. You know, I hope this was a nice little PSA to grab everybody's attention. If you got people like that, be there. Be there. Just, you know, as much as you can. Do what you can do. So then we get to Sonya and Kandi at this lunch situation, okay? And they talking about some, you know, that Kandi sent out a group text for a Disney invitation or whatever, and Sonya went with they churn, and then they have this little nonsense conversation about chores, taxes, and BravoCon. Sonya throws in there that Ross want her kin people at the house, and she ain't ready for him to go. Kandi went to talk about Todd basically demanding her to help him with his dreams. And I was laughing because I'm sitting there like, how the hell you let somebody do that to you? You out your mind. You out your ever-loving mind. You walked in there with nothing. Now all of a sudden you want to have something, and she need to be the one to make it happen for you. Sound like to me, if your mammy couldn't make a man out you, then maybe you just wasn't meant to be no man. Or maybe marry a woman where you could have felt like a man, because maybe you having a hard time feeling like a man because she the provider. Hey, Wicked 548. I'm just saying. So, anywho, then they get straight to this whole party situation. They talking about the party talk, and Kandi complaining about Courtney calling the girl a bobblehead. That girl ain't look like no bobblehead. Her head ain't even big. You'd have did better to say she had a little peanut head. Ain't nothing big about that girl head, Kandi. Your head is humongous for your body. You be volati all day long. So the fact that she called that girl a bobblehead, I'm like, nah, sis, are you sure you want to go that route? Are you sure? Are you certain? Okay, well, continue on. Tadrika need to find some dreams to make first. Child, Tadrika dream is to have money and just be somebody successful and a star and all this stuff with no talent. So I also believe Kandi don't want him to be successful. I mean, but she can't stop him. If he man enough, do it himself. That's the thing. He acting like she don't want me to be successful. Nah, Negro, go make yourself successful. Stop asking a woman to do it for you. Get off her titty. She ain't your mama. Nina Ross said, "You right. I worked at one years ago." Yeah, that's how it be. Say that's a negative. Yeah, cause it's weird. It's true. Yeah, I've been renamed him Drika. That's Drika, honey. Drika get on my nerves. Jenna say popped out to see if the likes was matching. Almost get them up, y'all. Okay, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like. In between y'all dragging these people, hit the like button. Lala say now if Courtney calls her trout mouth, they'll be even. It's so many things that girl could call her, and I pray she don't call her all them things. I'm not on the air because that's rough. That's rough, baby. But listen, so then after she called somebody, she sat there with a whole big head trying to call this girl with this little narrow head a bobblehead. I was like, "Ooh, child, bless your heart." But she did. And then she went to talking about Sonya went to trying to repeat behind what the girl said when it was her and Sheree and Courtney sitting up talking. And basically what I heard on the playback was Courtney saying that Kandi had posted some pictures on her post or whatever from some event or whatever, and basically like the crowd was ghetto. Kandi up there talking about, when she called me ghetto, did you take up for me? I need somebody to defend me. Sonya was like, basically, I feel like I did because I said you was my friend, which we did hear Sonya do that when she was over there working out with Sheree or whatever. She said, like, I don't have no problem with Kandi. We cool or whatever like that. I'm like, what the hell you wanted this girl to do? She ain't finna start barking like no Rottweiler over you. Who the hell are you? Your man don't do that for you. Matter of fact, if we gonna keep it all the way 100, the only person that go out like that about you is Joyce. And you constantly complain because she got your back against that, against Midget Mac that you went and married with no money and a pocket full of dreams he wants you to finance. But let me mind my business because I ain't put them people together and I ain't got no business trying to put nothing asunder. But anywho, Sonya was like, I ain't feel like she called you ghetto. She said your followers was ghetto. And I'm sorry. If that's how that girl feel, that's how she feel. And frankly speaking, I wouldn't have had a problem if she called Kandi ghetto. Kandi is ghetto. The businesses she opened are ghetto. The fact that you went and married a man 10 degrees below your tax bracket, ghetto. The fact that you up here planning for your demise and how to give what you earn that rightfully belongs to your daughter to his daughter, ghetto. The fact that you got your baby daddy kin people working in your restaurant after you done ran around whinnying and neighing like a whole billy goat, talking about he ain't did nothing for cute little Riley. But you got his people working in the restaurant, ghetto. Ghetto. So if she had called you ghetto, I'd have been all right. She said your followers was ghetto. Kandi done twisted that thing all the way around and turned herself into a victim. But you know that's how she moved. So anyway, we get a quick flash of Sonya talking to her husband. It was cute, but it was boring. It was cute, but it was boring. And he traveling and she ready for baby number 2, but he ain't around, blah, blah, blah. Well, then don't worry about it then. You ain't got to worry about no baby because he ain't home. He ain't home. So you ain't got to worry about it. Whenever he make it to the house, if y'all can meet up and have a meeting in the bedroom, like Silk say, then y'all can run up on a baby. There you go. Simple as that. So then we get to the Kandi and Todd scene that don't nobody want to see. And then she went to talk about the restaurant and it was, it was a trendy area. Then the pandemic and time to rebuild. And he up here talking about rejiggering a menu, rejiggering. I'm like, I don't know who told him to rejigger anything, but that don't sound right. But whatever. You say Sophista Ratchet. But where's the Sophista? Because I don't see nothing sophisticated about her. Nothing at all. It all comes off real ghetto and ignorant and snotty. But, that's just me. Anyway, so then they sitting there. Todd gonna have the nerve to ask her, you ready for this Mexican restaurant? She talking about something. Why you keep opening more restaurants or whatever? My issue with her, hey, Ashley, my issue with Kandi on this one, why the hell are you asking him why he keep opening up restaurants with your money? You easily could close your purse. Why are you allowing this man to waste your money opening up restaurants that's failing health inspections? He got the good audacity. I mean, the good gall to want to open a Mexican restaurant. You was a whole Negro. Where the Mexican come from? Now I know you short just because everybody short ain't Mexican. Is Tide part Mexican? Do any of y'all know where this come from? Where this come from? I have questions because I ain't seen no Mexicans get together yet to open up a collard green spot. So what the hell is you talking about? You opening the Mexican restaurant, but Shanitra, mind your business. Then talking about he want to open Ace's Pizza. Then he had the nerve to say, because that's what I like to do. My life, I want to open it. I can open the restaurants and I can stack my money and finance my own movies. First of all, stack your money. Which one be your money? Anybody who don't make money using somebody else's money to start a business, everything that comes from that investment is still her money. So which money you stacking? How in the hell are you talking about this girl money, talking about you stacking your money? See, this right here is what I'm talking about. This right here is what I'm talking about. All of this ghetto. He is up here in her face talking about, and this is what I told y'all before too, that he want them restaurants so he could say, oh, we did this together, so I'm entitled to half the proceeds, so it's really supposed to be technically mine, because he don't have no capital. He don't have no money. He like Tommy from Martin that ain't got no job. He want her to open these businesses during the course of the marriage so he has something to take when he run off. That midget is plotting on her, and I see it. Now, where the hell is Jay-Z? Now, y'all sat up here and accused Jay-Z of midget tossing Tory Lanez. Where is Jay-Z when I need him? Because if it was ever going to be a midget to get tossed, it need to be Todd with his little sawed-off tail. We got one more midget to toss. Remind me of the gospel song, one more river to cross. We got one more midget to toss. I'm tired and sick of him. I don't even know that man like that, and I'm sick of him. Every time I see him, he gives me bleeding, itching hemorrhoids. I'm sick of him. But anyway, so then let's talk about this. The shot cousin come in. And I didn't understand why we even had him in the scene, but none of my business. Sheree up here with her little catch lines in the confessional talking about you don't know if you're gonna get biscuits or bullets. Ghetto, but whatever. So this rejiggered menu, child, shrimp scampi, regular. Then you got wings and then another wing. So blaze wings and then some other wings. Then a crab burger and a twice baked potato. I'm like, a twice baked potato, that's what you call rejiggering your menu? Ain't nothing in your mind told you to elevate the palate of the people coming. Just a twice baked potato, some wings, some scrumps, and a crab burger. Get the hell out of here. Ghetto. And you wonder why they call you ghetto, Kandi. This is why. And the fact that you letting this midget take your money. You upsetting me and my home girl. Tired of this mess now. Tara say Todd looking for Lucky Charms in the pot of gold. He sure is, and he done found it because Kandi sit up there and let that man run through her pocketbook like good grocery. Angel Gamer say Todd is doing what he been allowed to do throughout his relationship with Kandi. She has allowed it. Yes, now she's allowed this mess, and it shouldn't have never went on. Fifi say this the same man that refused to buy a generator. That's the one. DT say we got one more midget to toss. Oh Lord, yes, one more midget to toss. Yes. DT always down by law. I still don't know what a rejiggering is, but it made me real uncomfortable. You say, oh babe, is that what she doing? Not when you telling me to dig down in my purse. I'm not Erykah Badu. Say every time Sheree opened her mouth, it's so old and tired. It is. And she done rehearsed it. Sheree had done rehearsed that biscuits or bullets line 20 times. She went straight Patti LaBelle. I must have rehearsed my lines 1,000 times. That's what she did until she had them memorized. That's what she did, honey. And after she got through rehearsing that line, she came out with biscuits and bullets, and that was the best she could do. Miss Peaches in those say when he get ready to leave, but he gonna want his half for all them businesses that she started with her money. And I don't know. I part of me want her to wake up and just crash them businesses and then leave it. Crash them, crash out, crash out. Hell, she need to start paying people to shoot up the restaurant. Don't let the shootings happen by accident. What this the second or third shooting at them little ghetto spots? She need to, have them boys come through there. Jenna say Ralph is the house husband like Apollo or Peter that's still gonna try to be on the show after the divorce. He might. He got a cousin on the show now. DS say Sheree tagline should be I went from a cyclops to a turtle. DS, get out of my life. I love you though. Say, now she wonders why they call her ghetto. Okay. I'm off her neck. I'm off. I ain't gonna drag no more. You say the stamps gone. Who got some stamps? Antoinette, what's up, girl? DT say maybe Tadrika need a rejiggering of his dreams with a new wig. I want him to rejigger his dreams to something he can finance with his own goddamn money and stop calling that girl money his money. That's what I want. So it sounds like somebody trying to pick a lock rejiggering. It sure do sound like it could be some lock picking. Mama Joyce was right. No, that ain't no fake cousin. Not when the one of them is the grand auntie. The mama is the grand auntie. No, that ain't no fake cousin. Them close cousins. Them close kin. Couture Bay say plus she being sued behind the 2020 shooting. God dang. Well, she didn't shoot him. What the hell they suing her for? Jenna say they gonna cousin us to death with them broads from South Lake. He don't know that lady. Yeah, but he seemed like he knew of her. I don't know. Country folks always got cousins that you might not be that close with, but you some kin to them. You know enough not to let your churn date they churn. That type of stuff. But I still want to know what the hell they gonna sue Kandi for. She ain't shot nobody. If y'all out there cutting up at the girl restaurant or whatever, even if that's the type of crowd that's there, if that's what's going on, she didn't shoot nobody. So what y'all suing her for? That sounds excessive. So then we get to Kenya and her friend Akila and the children. They playing tennis. That was cute. Kenya up there talking about she's still trying to get divorced. I ain't never seen nobody try this long to try to get divorced. I don't even understand how you try to get divorced. I don't understand. You say that's Aunt Bertha grandson. He ain't no kin to Kandi. He's some kin to Courtney. Latin gal said, at this point, Todd has his own money. He worked on different projects. Don't think he using her money now. Let's give him some credit. I believe that even the projects that he got and worked on or whatever, it's not enough to finance these restaurants, is what I'm saying. But you're right. He done worked on a couple of little jobs here and there, but them little odd jobs ain't financing no restaurants. That's that girl money. That's that girl money that he doing that with. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like men taking advantage of women. Lord, a feminine trout. What is a feminine trout? Jenna said it seemed like he really didn't know that was his cousin, like his new info, like they might be related, but they ain't grow up together. It'd be like that. But that ain't play. That's kin people. That's blood. They churn can't date. They churn can't date. That's all I'm saying. The world is small. Connected to what happened? You got to put me up on it. I don't know what that means. Yeah, the world's longest divorce. Okay, longest divorce. Couture Bay said we need the wags on the show. Yeah, the wives and girlfriends of them professional sports players. Yes. Hey, Shanika C. What's up, gorgeous? So listen. So they sitting up there and she telling her about the man that she coating that Monietta hooked up with, the clear dude. And she talking about that she gonna dating and she feel good about herself and all that. And I like that. She did sit up there and tell her friend that Martell cursed her out, and we didn't see him curse her out. I didn't see it. So if he cut, I'm not gonna say he didn't because they don't show everything. Maybe he did, but what they showed us, that ain't what I saw. Then she talking about Sheree should have defended me from what? The man ain't do nothing to you. How the hell was she gonna defend you? What did you want Sheree to do? Tell him Even though she lying on you, just talk to her real nice and pretend like she telling the truth or she lying. Like, I don't know. Kenya really was reaching. She gonna dislocate her shoulder. Then you had the conversation with Sheree and Sonya. Now, this is where we going back to Nene Leakes. Can we go back down memory lane? Do y'all mind? Can we go back? Because I'm falling fast back down memory lane. Does my memory serve me correctly that when Nene had her grandchildren, her grandbaby, wasn't she the grandma? And she made it a point of saying grandma. And I don't recall nobody ever calling being a grandmother a grandma until Nene kind of did that on RHOA. Now all of a sudden you got Sheree, the warbling chicken, sitting up here talking about I'm a grandma with an L, not an R. Like you coining the phrase, girl, you ain't the penny nickel or the dime. Nene did that first. And you know what else? I'm real tired of Bravo and all these tired ashy foot heifers stealing ideas, comments, lines, and whatever from Lanithia, all while disrespecting her. I'm just not comfortable with it. Hey, Cream of Wheat. I'm correct, DT. I thought I was right. I thought I was right. They done stole the girls' trip idea from her. The reunion came from Nene. Like, it's just so many things that just came from Lanithia, and they just running with it. And I'm just like, okay, now we got Sheree on the show talking about she a grandma and telling people how to spell it like you came up with it, girl. We knew how to spell it from the first time we heard it from Lanithia and not from you. Tara Hill say too many people have expectations from associates and friends. They just want too much. She did. She definitely coined it. Say people been saying grandma for years. Nene said it first. I have never heard nobody say grandma until then. And I was good and grown when this show first started. I ain't heard that. I ain't heard it. If they were saying it must have been in a remote corner of Uzbekistan or you pick a niggerville, because I had never heard that until Lanithia said it on that show. Show it to me anywhere, social media anywhere, before Lanithia said it on that show. Miss Peaches NO say, I don't think Mark holding it up. Kenya doing it. I think she pulling this, I'm trying to get divorced, hoping we forget about it and we don't be looking for them dissolution of marriage papers. Because just like it ain't no marriage certificate on file, I don't believe it's going to be no dissolution of marriage papers on file either. And all that stuff is public record. Yes, DT, I said Uzbekistan. That's exactly what I said, a remote corner. Had to be a remote corner because it was not being said. It was not. Because what we ain't going to never do is pretend like Lanithia has not contributed in a large part to pop culture with her phrases, her everything. Everything that woman did was a meme. Everything she said in coin, people still repeating it, even on this tired show that's circling the drain and need to go down. All the way. My thing is, if they said it wasn't popular, and it must have been a total of 12 people. Had to been a total of 12. Never heard it. Nowhere. That's right. Nene said it. I'm just saying it's the disrespect for me. Because you know Sheree has always been real nasty and disrespectful when it came to Lanithia, but you sitting up here mimicking her, girl, bye. I'm tired. And why are we talking about some stuff that need to go away? Can one of y'all explain to me what the hell was that on Kenya's head? That blonde wig? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, Essence. She is definitely pop culture royalty. Absolutely. Right, Dope Boy Philippe. Maybe it was Crackistan where that happened at, because it sure wasn't nowhere I heard it. Yeah, they got to get that lady her flowers, and they love to disrespect the sister. If your personality too strong, they want to pretend like they don't know where it came from. You and this conga line of boyfriends. Say exactly. She by scam ain't created nothing, including them drop ship clothes from China. She ain't created a goddamn thing. But what we can give her, she real pretty. We gonna give her that. She cute. She got a mean shape, real cute shape. But she ain't created nothing but them children. And she up here bragging about this baby from Cairo. That's what I want to talk about instead of talking about Martell. I want to know how Cairo get to be a baby daddy. Is he somebody's husband yet? What is going on with Cairo? What is he doing with his life, Sheree? You ain't concerned about your son out here making these random children and ain't got no wife, and does he have a home yet? Did he finish school? I have so many questions, Sheree. I would rather hear about that than Franklin the Turtle. But apparently we don't get real life on reality TV no more. We get foolishness. Jenna say, take black women's stuff and give it to LGBT and pop culture. That's exactly what they do. And then call it theirs and turn around and say, we copying them when we just do what we've been doing. Mimi say, Kenya look like Chewbacca in that wig. She sure did, or look like something chewed up. I ain't like her in that one. I'm like, now Kenya, that ain't your aesthetic, girl. You the black beauty. You supposed to have your pretty hair out and show your pretty face, honey. That hair look like straw or the top of a hut. It looked like the top of a grass hut with them hard, coarse, rough looking bangs covering up part of her face. I didn't like it. It wasn't cute. It wasn't cute. I don't know what happened, who suggested it. Whoever did should be fired immediately because they took away from her. It took away from her. So then Sheree went to talking about the party, asking Sonya her business, which I thought was tacky. What was the budget for the party? None of your goddamn business, girl. Ain't nobody asked you what was the budget for that house that Miss Thelma paid for. Ain't nobody asked you that. Ain't nobody asked you what was the budget and the time frame for you to pay them people that had put their lien on your house. So why are you asking this woman about the budget for her party, Sheree? Stop being tacky. But you pretty though. Stop being tacky. And then Sonya went to lie, oh, wasn't no budget. Girl, you already told us the budget was started off at 40 and it ended up at 100 racks. So please stop saying it wasn't no budget. It was something because you said it now. If it's a lie, you told it. They like to put on. Then they went to talk about Kenya's lie on Martell, and that's when it came, then both of them was like, oh, yeah, she'll call him aggressive. And they brought up last season where she said that about Sonya's husband. And that man really didn't do nothing to her. He just stopped him from attacking his wife, and she was pissy. There go my bookie nephew. Say, as much as people feel Kandi is boring, she's open about her life. Is she, though? Sheree and Marlo trying to force Kandi to be open is so stupid because she already is, but she isn't. And if she is, she ain't giving us nothing. It's deflection because Sheree has nothing going on. Sheree really don't have nothing going on. Well, actually, let me not say that. I would like to know about a few things in Sheree's life. I want to know about what's going on with Cairo getting these churn out here in the street. I want to know what's going on with them wrinkle up clothes in that distribution center. I want to know how them sales is doing. I want to know why you doing your own quality control. I want to know how come, the website can't stay up. It's a lot that I want to know about, but she won't talk about it. But that ain't gonna make me say that Kandi don't need to come clean, because they let Kandi get away with pure D murder and boring us half to death season after season and still cutting her a check. Say the wig like a wet haystack. Have mercy. Say that wig look like it could walk off her head and slam the door. Thank you, cream of wheat. I'm just saying, they just be lying. I told you that lying make my nerves bad. Uh-huh. What say? Say she ain't that pretty. LOL. Sheree and that nose, Nene Leaks. She got a nose on her, but that's still a pretty lady. That's a very pretty lady. I hope y'all understand this, and this go for every sister in the room. I don't know who need to hear this, but let me be clear. Okay? Even if you have a feature on your face that you're not that happy with, or it's not storybook perfect, you still pretty. You can still be pretty. You can have a nose that ain't perfect and still be pretty. Your forehead can have a couple of extra centimeters and you still pretty. You can have a little bit of a double chin and still be pretty. Okay? I don't want y'all to feel like that. You ain't got to be perfect to be pretty. And always remember, them storybooks was illustrated for them other people, not for us, no way. Yeah, the site keep crashing. I want to know, is the site really crashing, or is she not paying for her website hosting? Because it sounds like Sheree don't like to pay people. Now, that's the impression that I'm getting. I don't know that about her, but it's looking that way. From the lien on the house to her not paying the designer that made them tacky clothes and all that. Oh, the baby there now. Okay. I'm just saying. Say, Kenya Ben wanted to wear a blonde wig, Ben, but she would never admit it. Yeah, she wouldn't admit it. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong wearing some blonde hair if you want to wear it, but that wig just didn't look nice. That wig Tiny had on in SWV Escape was blonde, but it was pretty. She had it laid. Oh, I know you love Kandi, but tell the truth about her. You can love people and still tell the truth. That heifer is boring as hell. She is boring as downtown Gehenna. And it's a crime. And she either need to work for that check or give it back. Because at this point, it's giving theft. I don't know if I'm empowering. I'm just telling the truth. Like at the end of the day, even if your face don't look like them people say it should look, it's a sad frog that don't croak over his own pond. Is all I'm saying. If you don't think you the stuff, who the hell is? Now that's all I'm saying. Who is? Okay. Well, everybody else do, Jeremy. Can she entertain the rest of us? Because I know all 15 or 20 of y'all that find her entertaining, that's great. But the rest of us is bored to tears. Can she entertain the rest of us? Because she going to need more than all 12 or 15 of her fans to keep them ratings up. The ratings is in the toilet because she boring as hell. That's all I'm saying. Can she entertain the rest of us? So then we get this Drew in the studio, which definitely gave me filler moment. She talking about, the song is independent. They played it sound basic as hell. Her voice sound basic. She blaming that on, I had sang happy birthday for Sheree. And they said, how come you don't sing? And I'm like, how come I don't sing? Girl, you already told us you've been trying to sing since you was 3. You wanted to sing, so you tried it. It was just, I don't know. She sung right there live or whatever in front of the camera. And it was real pitchy. They talking about she need to go to the tiny desk. I say she need to go to vocal training. But that's neither here nor there. We get Sheree at this distribution center. Now, this is what I wants to see. This is where I got questions. And I didn't like that Sheree kind of tried to breeze us past this scene. No, don't breeze us past this and take us straight to this Kenya mess. We already know Kenya lying. We already know Kandi was backing up the lie. We got it. I want to go back to this distribution center, ma'am. I want to know, number one, why you up here talking about the clothes wrinkle. You know them clothes was wrinkled because people was talking about how wrinkled up them clothes was. You ain't just noticed them clothes was wrinkled when you got your behind up in there, Sheree. Then the lady was like, well, we can see about a steamer for them or whatever before they ship off to make sure they not wrinkled. Talking about that sound like it's going to cost extra. Yes, ma'am. Ain't nothing free but salvation. Okay? Now you can go on down there to the Beulah Baptist Church and you can get all the salvation you want for free 99. But if you want labor, ma'am, you going to pay for it. Okay? How the hell you running a business but don't want to pay for labor? Who does that? Okay? And then the lady was like, well, you can see your orders, but we got all this here ready to go. So that says to me, you can see your orders, but we got all this stuff still sitting here. That means that, you're not about to sell out. Your website not crashing because you out of materials. Your website ain't crashing because you sold out, Sheree. All them boxes was just sitting there, baby girl. They was just sitting there. They wasn't sold out. They wasn't sold out. It's sitting there because it's just sitting there. It's giving me that your website is crashing because you don't want to pay them people to keep your website up. You're not paying for your web hosting. Sheree, I see you. I see you. This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense, Sheree. Wrinkle up clothes and stuff, and then Kenya gonna call her out about that little generic star that looked like Jeffree Star, looked like Dallas Cowboys. She told her it looked like the Cowboys. So then they went to talking about, and let me say this. Child, Kenya ate this scene. She made Sheree look bad, which is hard to do. Sheree really be fixed up or whatever, in my opinion. I think she looked real cute put together. Clothes-wise. Child, Kenya showed up in the cat suit. I say, Kenya, you better take them back to the 90s, girl. She did that. She came through with the cheetah print cat suit. Did that. I said, okay, Miss Thing. I put that in my notes because I had to mention that. I said, excuse me, ma'am. Okay. Well, let us know how you really feel, Miss Kenya. Jeremy said, I think we need Portia, Nene, Cynthia, and Eva back, and we need to get rid of Sonya and Sheree. Kandi always been level-headed because there was so many strong personalities. That ain't level-headed. That's a background player. Make her a friend of the show and only show her like once or twice a season. Being wallpaper is not level-headed. Okay? Okay, Latin girl. See, this is my girl, Latin gal. She say, we see each other. I'm just saying, y'all know she ain't sold out with all that stuff sitting there. Right, Shanika, go daddy, say, run me my money, and they will send you an email. Like, if your card expired, like, you got, as a matter of fact, they sent it, but before my card expired, they was like, you got a card that's going to be expiring soon. Would you like to change that? Because all my stuff on auto pay. Jeremy said they definitely got Kandi activated. She definitely want to whoop Courtney. Yeah, she only was acting like she wanted to whoop Courtney because Courtney checked her about running around being snotty. Hey, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. Saying they still gonna sit there and collect moss because the price is too high. First of all, them same tacky clothes that she got from drop ship from China, people can get them themselves. They don't need that little star on it. Hell, they can buy Sharpies and write them stars on there. Yeah, Candy's a bore. A horrible bore. Is criminal. Wallpaper. Pure. Not even colorful wallpaper. Just plain beige wallpaper. Right. Fashion is not Sheree's passion. She just need to stop because I'm tired. I'm tired too. Listen, Miss Peaches, she could have called me. I would have designed and sold all her stuff, but she'd have had to pay me in advance because y'all know that heifer don't like to pay. She don't like to pay, but I'd have done every bit of it. I'd have did the work for her. She didn't even have to tell nobody I designed it. I bet you she'd have had something nice to put out. Right. Kandi is boring. That's why OLG was conceived. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. Hey, high vibe. Say, or she, Courtney was getting checked about telling people her and Kandi was friends so she could get on the show. She was already getting on the show because she friends with Sheree. Kandi said that stuff and she was mad because that girl told her, I ain't never told nobody I was your friend. Kandi couldn't say, yes, you did. What she only thing Kandi could say was, I don't know you. The girl already said she don't know you. Now, I don't know if I like this Courtney girl yet. You know, her voice kind of do me something. I don't know. I ain't, the jury's still out. But that girl ain't do nothing to Kandi. Kandi tried to beat her getting mad because she couldn't believe somebody checked her on that on that stone throwing and hand hiding that she liked to do. Okay? Well, Morgan, if you heard it, I would love to know which two people you heard say it because I never did. I never did. Never. Not on social media, not nowhere. Because we wasn't even doing social media like that back then. So I would sure like to know where. I never heard that before. And what I do know to be a fact is Sheree ain't made it up to the extent that she need to be sitting up there spelling it for people to let people know what she's saying. Now I know that for a whole fact. But I definitely got questions about that. Sheree lets out that her and Martell both is Capricorns. I got opinions, but I'm going to reserve that comment because I don't want to upset nobody about no Capricorns. Kenya go straight to this DM talk. And she don't know Martell. She don't want to get to know Martell. Sheree sitting there like you knew this from way last year and you ain't say nothing. And that's when Kenya tells her the nonsense where I didn't think about it till I saw y'all together. Girl, he was calling her phone during the reunion and you was making a whole big deal about his big D energy and Sheree and Martell and you like him and blah, 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 blah. But you didn't think about it till you saw them together. Child, please. Talking about you getting claimed. Kenya, you too old for that. We're ladies of a certain age. You're not in high school. We're not in high school. That ain't cute. Miss Peaches said Kandi should have been gone seasons ago, but Bravo kept pacifying her because of that mess with Phaedra. You better tell the truth and shame the devil. Meg Scott said Kandi admitted on Speak On that she heard a new person was coming to the show and they all researched new people. That going to people claiming that person said they were your friend, pulling up Instagrams and stuff, that's not researching somebody. That's being messy. Jeremy said Kandi already let us know the producers called her and asked her if she knew Courtney because the lady told the producers that she knew her. I don't. That just don't sound like the truth. Y'all can believe her. Kandi will say anything. Y'all go over there and listen to her neigh and bleat like a billy goat and tell y'all all them lies, and y'all come over here and repeat them to me like I'm a believer. I didn't believe her when she said it on the show. I'm not going to believe her on YouTube. I will not believe her on a bus. I will not believe her on a plane because she lied too much. Period. Tara say certain Capricorns cool like a Leah who mind their business. I'ma just be quiet. Yeah, you not in high school talking about somebody claiming you. So she was gonna be there regardless. She just said she also hung out in similar circles. Similar circles don't mean that she know her. Similar circles don't mean that she said she knew her. Kandi did what she did to be snotty. She did what she did to be snotty, and she couldn't believe that girl had the nerve to check her, and she checked her. If you got nerve enough to say it, somebody else might have nerve enough to tell you that what you said wasn't right, period. You right. You always forget that, Jeremy. I don't like liars. Like once I catch somebody telling lies, I don't like you. I don't like liars. So y'all can listen to that heifer lie. She can't lie to me, and I don't find it entertaining. So anyway, that's when we find out from Sheree that she already knew about the darn DM. Then Sheree stood her ground and was like, well, both of y'all was elevated or whatever. And she was like, oh, but you know, you didn't, no man should ever talk to a woman like that. She said, well, then you shouldn't be, you know, it's okay for you to be in the man face. I mean, I was defending myself. And then y'all, she pulled the same thing she pulled last season. See, there I was again, the only one there without a man. So if you're there without a man, what does that mean? Can you? You know, can we all tell the truth in here? Because y'all know that's how I like it. Kenya is not no unattractive woman. If she wanted to bring a man with her, she could have. If she wanted to bring a date, she could have. You done already told us Manetta introduced you to the clear boy. You claim you like him and y'all got chemistry and stuff. Y'all doing Mr. Wizard's World chemistry sets, Bill Nye Science Guy, all that. Why you ain't bring him so you could have felt like I got a man here too, since that means so much to you? Why is that always the excuse for being aggressive with men and then pretending like they doing something to her? I don't like that. Don't do that. Just don't do it. It don't look good. It's a mess. So then Kenya went to talking about, oh, you know, it's abuse, and men don't have a right to be abusive and attack you. I'm like, what? How that man abused you or attacked you? He was nowhere near you. You called that man aggressive when he said, who said that, huh? You said that was aggressive. Then she talking about bros before hoes, and then said that her and Sheree supposed to be the bros. I said, have mercy. So now you calling yourself men? I don't know. I felt like Kenya was trying to gaslight Sheree and was all over the place. And it's sad. If you can't gaslight somebody slow as Sheree, you are showing your own cognitive abilities. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna go nowhere with that, but I'm just saying. Then she went on to reach some more and further pull her shoulder out of socket, talking about because he said she probably accepted everybody's message request that he was calling her a hoe. Kenya, that man ain't called you no hoe. It's 100 ways he could have called you a hoe. That ain't calling you no hoe, ma'am. You tried that. And then Sheree in the confessional being slick at the mouth, but she was begging in the girl's face, hey, what it's gonna take for you to get to like him, and what it's gonna take for you to, you know, try to sit down and talk with him and all this bull crap. But she in the confessional talking about that, you know, basically Kenya act like black men are public enemy number one. And Kenya went to mentioning Bob again. And I was just like, child, this is a mess. This is a mess. So I don't know what's going to happen next week, but I know what I am going to do since I can actually gossip. Y'all don't know how long I've been holding that gossip in. Oh, it's worse than holding in gas or holding when you got to pee. It's hard, but I'm putting the StreamYard in there because I want to hear what y'all got to say too. But personally, I feel like Sonya need to go. Sonya ain't got nothing going on. Sonya is not going to convince me that her wanting her family to stay in that house and her husband wanting them gone is that big of a storyline. I just don't understand it. I don't even believe she still want them people in that house like that. I think that's just something to say to make it sound like her and her husband got some type of tension or something going on in that house. Okay? This situation with Kandi, I may not care for her because she lie all the time, but I still do not want that man taking her money. And I feel like he definitely setting her up. Yeah, she was reaching with that one. I don't like it. I don't like Franklin either. Yeah, I feel better now that I done got it out. I've been sitting up here holding this gossip and wanting to run my mouth. I can't tell Papa about that. He don't want to hear about no reality shows. If I can't come talk to y'all, who can I talk to? Yeah, Sonya is another boy. This mess with Drew with this singing mess, boring. Now look like next episode, Candace gonna be their secret squirrel from Potomac, and she gonna bring on the stage, and they got a little song they doing together. I thought that was nice. Y'all two young ladies work together. That's nice. But it's still boring. Don't nobody care about Drew trying to sing with that little pitchy voice. Her voice was so pitchy. What else is just needs to go? With Kenya, stop trying to lie on people and go out on some dates. You know what I'm saying? You dating now, you got this clear man. Go out on some dates with him. Let us see you interact with this fella. Let's see how this go. Akila talking about introducing you to some of them players and ballers and shot callers with 20-inch blades on the Impala. Let us see you go out on some dates with them or some double dates and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Some of that. Just stop lying on people, because that's not entertaining. That's annoying. That's giving Potomac. It's giving Potomac. Then with Kandi, tell us what happened with the pow, with the bang bang shoot 'em up, because I'm hearing that it was one of Todd's friends that supposedly did the bang bang shoot 'em up. Now I don't know if that's true, but I would like to know. So can we get into that? Marlo was in the episode, absolutely, but Marlo wasn't problematic. Marlo was chilling, so that's why I ain't really got a lot on her. But Marlo was chilling. She was the only person at the party just chilling. Over there gambling, having a good time, looking like she was posing for pictures. But if I'm being honest, I don't know. Y'all told me to give it a shot. I'm trying to give it a shot. But they're not really giving me a lot here. And Mayetta gives nothing. And look like come up tomorrow, she gonna try to pick a fight with Marlo to make Kandi feel better, because Kandi told her she didn't take up for her. So she trying to pick a fight with Marlo and it's going nowhere. I don't know. We'll revisit the issue tomorrow, y'all, after the episode tomorrow. And then I'm going to see what y'all got to say about this. Uh-oh, that's my couture babe.
Hey, Sanitra, welcome back. We was waiting on you.
Girl, I was waiting to talk to y'all, too.
Oh, my goodness. Let me just start by saying Jason Lee is the messiest former publicist turned blogger to ever be in the industry. He's a friend to nobody.
That's right.
I believe he put 20 on 10. I believe Tamar probably said something crazy when she was mad when her and Kandi was going at it. But to say fake clothes, I don't know about that, But
I don't believe it.
I don't think she would have said it that. I think she probably was like, she pays for Todd's clothes, and Jason probably was like, no, I'm gonna add some oomph to it.
Now you know what? Nah, I believe Tamar said it. I don't believe Kandi would ever do nothing like that, but I definitely believe Tamar said it. And I will go you even further. Not only do I believe Tamar said it, I believe Jason Lee knew she was just talking trash when she said it.
Yeah,
and he repeated it to try to, because he wanted Marlo to drag. Hold on, let me see what Essence want to tell us real quick. Hey, Essence. I thought you didn't watch the show.
No, I didn't watch the show, but I wanted to ask you, why do you think they're having such a hard time bringing a good show? I'm actually pretty surprised.
Well, nobody else is. How come you're surprised?
Bringing a good show? You mean getting the women?
No. That ain't what she's saying. I'm like, you said you surprised that Atlanta is having a hard time with presenting a good show. Nobody else is surprised. This show been on a decline for at least the last 3 years. Where you been?
5.
Thank you. I stand corrected.
I feel like from what they had going on last season, they did have something to build off of, especially Sheree. So the fact that
he had to build off of the fake relationship with the convict who broke up with her before he even got out of prison.
Well, I'm talking about She by Sheree in particular. That was a real hot topic on YouTube. So I'm surprised. Well, it's only episode 2, right? But still, you said
no, this ain't no 2 episodes. We done did 3 and it's 4 coming up tomorrow.
Okay, this is 3. Okay, yeah. So, like you said, if she sped through like the warehouse and everything like that, I think that's pretty odd. I do feel like there's a few juicy things that could be brought to light. I don't know, maybe it's too early in the season,
No,
but
it's because the other women like Kandi won't be transparent. You have people who have real storylines,
Yep, but
but
they won't
mhm,
they
give them
they
to you.
probably told them they need to do it a certain way. Like I feel like Sanya's storyline with her family and them all living in the house, that could be something, but they're like, oh no, you need to focus on this. And then Kandi being the Queen Sheba, she's not delivering. Like Kandi and Kenya are not. They can't carry a
mhm,
show. We're
They're
we're
not
we're already
able.
over them.
You know what I'm saying? And we covered this before, Couture Bay. They're just not capable. As much as they were envious and hateful of Lanithia, Portia, Phaedra, and those people who had those huge personalities, they were envious of them, I guess for good reason. Because it wasn't just that they had the spotlight, and then they had the personality and charisma to keep the attention of the people.
right,
And once you move those folks, Candy ain't got it.
mhm,
Kenya is only as good as the protagonist that she can play against. Like she needs somebody with a big, bright, sparkling personality to throw shots at. To kind of make the haters happy. But when she don't have nobody that's big, bright, sparkling, energetic and eye catching to throw shots at, you see what she does. Nothing.
Yeah, like I do believe they would have had something great if they would have kept Tanya and Portia on the show, but they made that whole season about Bolo and
Yep.
Portia Bolo, and I said they went down the wrong road. It could have
right,
been something great. So when Tanya was out, that took away like the opulence, it took away the networking capabilities, it took away just so much. I really feel like they feel like they messed up and they went down instead of showing us back when Mama Joyce was saying she still didn't like Todd. I'm just tired of seeing. We know what's about to happen tomorrow. Mama Joyce
Yep.
is talking about Todd at BravoCon. Are we shocked? She don't like that man. She sees it for what it is, and Kandi
Yep.
doesn't understand how much of a tricky honor she is. So she's out here trying to build him up in the public
Thank
eye.
you.
See it for what it is. Kenya and this man is taking everything. You owe back taxes. Like things you could be talking about, crying about.
oh
So
wow, I didn't know that.
And that's why I'm like, Essence, like you ain't paying attention to the gossip, the show, and nothing. Where have you been?
I like, okay, ever since Potomac, like I really was like, okay, like I have to see if I want to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I don't like the fakeness of the reality TV anymore. You know what I mean? Especially if it's blatant, like you can tell that it's not real. So I want to, and plus I really like your reviews and stuff. So I'm like, let me just go listen to like Sinitra and like a few other people. I didn't even watch the Escape show. I literally found out everything through YouTubers. So I have to like see if I want to actually sit down and watch the show. But it sounds like they're struggling.
They've been struggling. They've been struggling. I said 3 because Torbe corrected me, and I stand corrected the last 5 years. They have brought nothing. They have nothing. And the
Mm.
truth of the matter is, even before Nene left, they were going down because they kept trying to control that narrative and trying to force her into a villain role, and she refused to cooperate. She kept walking out of scenes and stuff. So they literally were on their way down before she just said, I ain't signing your contract. So it's like, at this point, because Sorbet, I'm with you. I feel like they know they messed up. I don't
Mhm.
think they know how to recover from this. They don't know
yeah,
how to recover from it. And I
you,
think they thought that bringing on Marlo was going to save them. But Marlo was willing to take the job to be your henchman, to go in and take shots. But Marlo is a sidekick at best. I'm not.
yeah,
I don't hate Marlo. Marlo, all right with me. Another
I like
Florida
Marlo.
girl, always show love. But Marlo is a sidekick at best. She doesn't. Her personality is funny. It's kind of like dry funny, that dry wit. But it plays good against somebody with a big personality that she's got camaraderie with. Like they literally, when they started that, letting people team up and have these alliances, like Nene said, and then they proved it to be true, and like everybody team up to attack a person, they screwed themselves. They did it to Nene, and then when Nene refused to sign that contract, That's when they made up this ridiculous story about Bolo. And then that, people who close to the situation have already said that that was a lie. Ain't nobody slept with that man. But it was like, okay, let's gang up and attack her because we got to gang up and attack somebody. So the truth of the matter is, the gang up, the acting like they on Survivor, trying to vote certain people off the island, people with the big personalities, like, okay, we don't have no charisma, we got no personality, let's just gang up and attack that person. That stuff, it left them with no big personalities on the show.
And then there's no money because Kandi don't spend no money unless Todd is asking for the coins. So
Yep.
It's like, oh my gosh.
And that's not fair.
That is all the way fair.
That is.
I don't know. I think it's not fair that Kandi doesn't bring opulence to the show either. Like,
how can she bring something that she doesn't live?
Well,
this is the thing. The problem is she should have never been on the show. So you can't bring somebody in and then tell them, okay, now you have to pretend to be classy and opulent. Like, that's not who she is.
But she could. I mean, I feel like my opinion. I feel like her brand is like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I have like several streams of income. You would assume that she would be a little bit more luxurious. You know what I mean?
Why would
you
assume that about Kandi Burruss? Have you ever seen Kandi Burruss before? Why would you assume that about her? This lady went and opened up 2 glorified rib shacks. What the hell do you mean? You thought she was going to bring something luxurious? Excuse me. Let me correct myself. Glorified rib shacks that are failing health inspections. So which part of luxurious was going to come out of that?
Never mind.
No, I get what you're saying, Essence. My whole thing about the entire episode is they're fake mad at Sheree, and Sheree is giving them what she would normally give the girls who could keep up. I'm not saying Sheree is the quickest, but when she slings it, she gonna make sure it stings. That's why Kenya and Kandi had to come together on Speak on It, and I'm like, the revisionist history. It's like, how come you have to go through this is what was going on and blah blah blah, baby? You taking away from the show. Like,
that's what they're trying to do. But it ain't working, and you're absolutely right, Couture Bae. Anytime Sheree slung it at Lanithia slung it right back at her.
Yeah.
Anytime, matter of fact, even the clear girl with the bad wigs, if she slung it at Kim Zolciak, Kim slung it right back. Clan Kim slung it right back. Mm-hmm. If she slung it at Portia slung it back. You got Kandi and Kenya over here. And I still don't understand their fan bases because they be acting like they see people we don't even see. I'm like, who the hell are y'all watching? When they sit up there, oh, Kenya's so smart. Well, oh, Candy's so smart. Yeah. Because they literally, girl, they sit up there and let Sheree run circles around them. They let Marlo tongue-tied tail run circles around them. Marlo got a real disrespectful mouth, but Marlo ain't real quick and slick at the mouth. She's not.
They bring it, like, we can already tell they're going to bring up this old case where Marlo did her time for 10 years ago because Kandi's trying to deflect from telling us what happened. Like, how do you hire 2 people who get at it at work to the point where they shooting each other? Like, baby, that's a story. And if she was smart, she would have spent it for some sympathy. And I said, see, this is why I can't get down with Kandi, with Sugar Mama, because she's always doing this.
And you know what else, Couture Bae? Why I can't get with Sugar Mama, as you call her, is because she doesn't even see the opportunity to be interesting. Like, this was your chance. Like, girl, this was your one moment in time. Shout out to Whitney Houston in heaven. This was your one moment in time. She wasn't even smart enough to realize this is my moment. This is my time. I'm going to be interesting. I'm going to take it and I'm going to ride this thing on out. No, it's a personal issue. Girl, get the hell out of here. I'm tempted to believe what I'm hearing in the streets, Couture Bae, that the person who did the pow pow kakalaka was Todd people, one of Todd's friends. I'm tempted to believe because we know if a man is friends with, because you know if a man is friends with Todd, she'll turn on anybody, her mama, the Lord, anybody, because you know she turned on Phaedra because Phaedra's husband was friends with Todd. So all it takes is somebody to be Todd friend, baby.
And Phaedra was in the right.
Phaedra was in the right. And I ain't even like Phaedra, but Phaedra was right about that. You up here holding his stuff over there at your house. You out your mind. So
Just for
she
him
wasn't
to
even
go
smart enough.
on,
She wasn't even
and he
smart enough to see the opportunity, Couture Bay.
I
no,
think that she probably made it like told him that's something she doesn't want to talk about.
No, that's
but
bull crap,
why?
honey. This is
It's
a
in the
reality
news.
show.
Because she gives me like she like as much as she gets dragged on the internet, I feel like she rather get dragged for surface level stuff than things that could actually like you said, they fail in health inspections and stuff, but I feel like she doesn't want her businesses outside of RHOA to be tainted. So maybe she
This
said
ain't
like, all
got
right,
nothing to do with no businesses. Them little raggedy rib shacks is already tainted. Everybody know you can go over there and get a glass of dirty water on a dirty uh tablecloth and get shot at. Everybody knows that. Everybody know you fail in the health inspection. So you can't taint a business that's already dingy. That's impossible. And
but she's probably right.
furthermore, don't nobody care about her reason. The bottom line is this is a reality show. You need to show the reality. The same thing that they fired Kenya for, the same thing that we drag little Robert Dixon for is what the hell Kandi need to do. Bring the reality. You got them little clear girls out there going through it. They all in the court. Everything is there. Jen Shaw done went to jail. They arrested her on camera.
Yeah.
Teresa done been all to prison. So who the hell is Kandi that she can't tell what the hell going on over there at the rib shack?
I
Bull
just was.
crap.
I do think they're making her work for the check because nobody wants to lose their job. And I said, and if Kandi keeps this up, they're gonna pull RHOA like they did Roni. And you see
And
they
they
got
need to pull it.
some younger and better girls who probably some sugar babies, probably married somebody's third
With some
time married
shame.
husband with some opulence because that's what Real Housewives is about. It was about the
And you know
clearance,
what
it was
else,
about the
Couture
wit.
Bay? You know what else, baby sister? Now, when
Yeah.
you think back to when RHOA started, they were still somewhat, glamorous. They were still being posh. Nene was behind the gate. She was country
Yep.
with it, but she was being posh. Sheree was a little ignorant from Ohio, but she was being posh as best as she could. You had Clan Kim, with her sugar daddy / somebody husband. She's spending up his money. Thank you, Big Papa. You had Deshaun Snow with the whole glam team. She was the first one with a glam team on there. Just the people coming to the house fixing hand makeup and stuff like, "Oh, Deshaun girl."
Like we
And
got to see stuff. We got to see pregnancies. We got to see divorce.
we got to
I
see
mean,
the
even
real
with the
thing.
Beverly Hills girls, Camille Grammer went on national television and said, "I knew my husband was cheating, but I wanted us to make it. I didn't think he would choose the mistress, baby. That was good TV."
That was good TV. And I'm gonna tell you something else. The show started going down season 2 when they brought Kandi in there because she don't fit the bill. Ghetto,
I agree.
trifling, unmarried, and stank attitude from day one. Never liked her.
And she didn't even want to buy a new house.
But my whole thing is, I don't
Okay.
care. I don't care what the tramp wanted to buy. She didn't fit the bill. It was Real Housewives, and that opened up the door for somebody like Kenya Moore to come in there with no husband, bringing your ex Walter that you used to go with on there, where you done worked out a deal to hook him up to get him on the show to pretend to be your man. And see, once you started this unmarried women on the show that really ain't got the coin, they can't really do the whole posh thing. Then it was just all downhill from there. It
And the
was
crazy,
all
So
that's
downhill.
Lisa's fault. That's why Nene didn't want Lisa back. People fail to remember that was Lisa's friend Kandi.
Yep, that's right. Lisa Wu brought in that heifer with
so what
that
do you
food.
guys what
So
what do you
back to
think about
hold
go
on,
ahead.
because Couture Bay was in the
Mhm.
middle of a thought, and I cut her off when you first came up, and I still want to go back to what she
Oh,
was saying about Tamar.
Oh, what
Tell
I
me
do.
what you were saying.
So I do believe Tamar said it, but I don't think she was saying it in regards like, oh, Kandi just be wearing fake stuff. I think she was mad, and when people get
Mm-hmm.
upset, they just say things,
That's what
especially
I
when you're
think.
getting egged on. And Jason Lee gives me the energy that he will be like, "F her. You see how she did us and how she treat black women I hired." And she probably was like, "Yeah," and that's why her clothes be fake. Like that. I don't think it
I
was
agree. That's
oh,
what I
Kandi be
wanted to
wearing fake
get back
stuff.
to. That's what I wanted to get back to, Couture Bay, because I felt like you made an excellent point, and I didn't want to just like leave that on the cliff and not come back to it. I totally agree. 155,000%. I know that ain't even a real percentage, it's either 100% or nothing. Okay, that's what them girls said on Maury Povich every time the man was not the baby daddy.
Cause
But
you the father.
yes, 1,000%. Every time was 1,000%.
I love Tamar.
It was gonna be her running off the stage, and why? How come all them girls took off running? But whatever. Anyway,
It made
so
good for TV. See, Maury said run away, and we
yep,
tuned in even more.
there you go. Because I wanted to see them run, and I like the girls that will run so long. You be wondering, was they gonna stop? Is they gonna go out the side though? Are they running laps? I used to like that, but and we need Maury to come back. But I totally agree. That is exactly what I feel. I feel like Tamar was mouthing off. I don't think she meant it. I believe Jason Lee knows she didn't really mean that in the moment. She may honestly, she may not even remember saying it, or she may remember saying it, and then that's why now she's saying she never did. Maybe she embarrassed that she said it. I don't know. But I do believe she said it. I don't believe she meant it. And I believe Jason Lee knows she didn't mean that when he said it. I just thought that was not nice. Like it never fails with him. If there's a black woman involved, he gonna try to humiliate her. He got to.
At every cause, but I do feel like I do feel like Andy is looking at this season and he gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna pull a Roni. I have it, I feel it in my spirit, and I know we feel a ways towards Andy, but Andy got to do what he got to do to keep the lights on, because at the end of the day, he's about his bag and he's not about to crash his empire. You see, he got rid of DC altogether. He got rid of Dallas, and Dallas was making him money. He was like, nope, I don't want to deal with it. Shut it off. No reunion. I'm still like, hey, we could have closed up these loose ends.
But you know what though? Now with them bringing New York back, I'm interested to see how it go. But you're right. He may. I just feel like they hanging on to Atlanta until they can milk it for whatever little bit they can get from it, and then they're gonna just drop it. I do see that coming, because at this point it's starting to look like they are like sabotaging the show with the type of people they bring it on. On what day would you bring on a Monyetta, a Neo baby mama, and think that that's gonna make a show? Don't nobody want to see her. And we know from the Potomac season that they clearly see what people say on social media, and overwhelmingly Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere, the whole world is saying Monyetta is pretty and boring as hell. So you knew that when you brought her back. I feel like some of the moves they're making is almost to sabotage RHOA.
That's Kandi using her power. But see, Manetta will never be a Cynthia. I have to call. Cynthia didn't bring nothing of value, but Cynthia knows how to shine when the camera goes in action.
I like Cynthia.
I just don't get it. And like I said, we
Yeah,
have
she
real
boring as hell.
storylines,
Yeah.
but the real storylines can't compete with the fake drama. And I'm like, we don't need fake drama when we have real stuff.
We
And
got real stuff. That's what I'm
and
saying. Like with Kenya, I want to see Kenya dating. I do. And I'm not even joking. The fact that she says she back out there, she dating, she feeling herself. I'm like, okay, Miss Mamas, let's get it. Let's get it.
but I don't even think she's dating, because remember, if you listen to what she said to Sheree,
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a man. I don't have a man. And I said, up, that situation with
No,
my
that
man
ain't what she
came
said,
out.
Couture Bay. That ain't what she said. Now,
Well,
we got to keep it a buck.
she
She
said to
said
me that,
everybody was there with a man except
yeah.
me. So she's dating, okay, because we seen the picture at least of her and the clear man that Monyetta hooked up with, and then you heard her asking the girl Akila, who's married to a player, to introduce her to some more people. So she's definitely, about to put it back on the, about to put that show back on the road. Can we see that instead of you sitting up making up stories and lying on people and calling people aggressive for telling you lying on them? I don't
Did
want
you
to see it.
see?
What'd you say, Essence? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you see that she got invited to the Little Mermaid premiere?
No,
I
I
thought
don't
that
care
was pretty
about no
cool.
mermaid.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
like,
want to see nothing on social
I feel
media,
like
Essence. What I'm saying is we want to see it on the show. Kenya is
it could
giving
be
us nothing on the show except pretending
coming.
that she don't wear wigs while wearing wigs and telling lies on people and calling men aggressive. We don't need to see no black Karens. We got that on Potomac.
So what do you what were your thoughts on Sonya starting out the season with a huge party? Do you feel like
I
that's
don't
like
care.
a good sign?
I
I
think
don't care.
I think
Sonya's boring.
I think it's a step because we already know that Senior is like she has the 2-time championship husband. You know, once she gets that family about her house, she will be likable. I think she's trying to protect their image, and in reality, it's messing up her own because.
Right.
I feel like we would get so she would blossom like you being around your husband. I want to see the women get pregnant. I do. I want to see
I don't
women.
think Sonya gonna blossom to a babe. I
You
think
don't think so?
Sonya ain't got no personality. I'm gonna tell you this: the most interesting thing I saw as it related to Sonya was her and her sister's dynamic. That was the first time anything about her got my attention, other than her dressing like a member of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Other
I
than
think
that,
I think she's showing us her representative. That's why we can't get into it. It reminds me of when after Phaedra found out Kandi wasn't her friend, we got the real Phaedra. I was
woo!
like,
Yes, we
Yeah.
did, girl. Yes, we did. Because I never liked Phaedra. I never liked her. Not from day one. I didn't like her. I didn't.
Really?
Even
What was it?
I've
Because she was a
always
little
liked
funny?
her, but I
I
felt
never
like
liked her.
she was holding back. We saw bits and pieces of it with Kenya, but when Kandi teamed up with Kenya, oh baby, now that was TV gold. I'm not gonna lie,
That
I
was
was
good.
like, yes,
That was good TV because it
Mm.
was like once all the fake fell off of Phaedra, and it was like, oh, so
That
you
is
do
so
have
funny.
it in you. Because as long as all that fake was on her, I couldn't like her. I don't like phony people. And
She was trying to be a belle.
Phaedra gave me phony from day one. Phony, 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 phony. Had the nerve to get mad because Nene said to her face what Kandi tried to say about this girl behind her back. Nene was like, girl, I don't know you. And she said, there, oh, well, I went to school with your brother. That don't make me know you. Hell. The hell you talking about? Girl, please. I know plenty of people that can probably say they went to school with my siblings. I'm the baby out of 5 kids. That don't make me know you.
It brings me back to what Kandi said when they were like, your mama's messy. I said she's never gonna chin check Mama Joyce behind nobody. She won't even do it behind her own husband. And I said it. I said, "Oh, this is gonna be her downfall because she don't listen." Kandi doesn't listen. I believe everything they said about her. Phaedra was like, "I was talking to you. You was ignoring me. You chose my husband over me, girl.
That's what
I
she
know."
did.
Candy's dirty.
But you
That's
know what? Well, we already knew that part about her. She been nasty ever since that whole tardy for the party incident, and then turn around, end up crying and lying on that clear girl, talking about she didn't pay her. Then come to find out that girl did pay her. Candy's a sad little, drop dead okay liar, and that's what she does. And it tickles me that people will go sit up and listen to that lying hooker, and then come back and be like, "Well, Kandi said." You mean Kandi lied? We heard her lie. So I don't
Spinning the
need to hear her
narrative.
no more.
Spinning the narrative. You know she love to
Yeah.
spin the block.
Yeah, she gonna spin a narrative and tell 20 lies. If it kill her, she gonna tell them. But this is the thing. And this was the part that really got me. Was her sitting up talking about she needs somebody who gonna defend her. Girl, defend you for what? Defend you against what? And who the hell do you defend? Because when people sitting up saying nasty stuff and you got your employees sitting up saying nasty stuff about your castmates, these people work for you. You could easily check them what they going to say. They depending on you for a check. Why
That's
the
why
hell
I
you
said
going
Jamie got dragged for a reason.
Right. And this girl here, she offended at you. So what? She said your followers was ghetto. Girl, please, you'd have felt bad if she'd have told you your restaurant was ghetto, your chicken was dry, your glasses of water is dirty, you fail in health inspections, your husband's a hoe and a midget. Then I could see you being mad. All she said was your followers was ghetto.
And slow. Let's not forget that. They're slow and ghetto. Because
I
don't see it for Kandi. I really
But
don't.
the problem was she was hung up on the ghetto part. And my thing is, even if the girl had called her ghetto, she wouldn't have been too far from the truth.
The facts. My bad. I have my thing on pause because I'm in here buying adult beverages for later.
Oh, okay, you getting your drinky drink. All right.
No, that's right.
I ain't mad. I'm gonna get
I
one.
don't see it for Drew either. I don't see it for Drew either. I don't know why she is.
She's
I
a
don't know
she's
why
a
she got
Kandi
casted.
2.0.
See,
We're
Why do
and she
favorites for
definitely
now.
is Couture Babe. And I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't seen it for Drew since she first got there. Who the hell come on
me
a
too?
reality show telling lies and making up stories? From the time she got there, she been lying. I'm just tired. Can we have some people with bad personalities that just tell the truth? I don't even care if you're not a nice person. Just be honest. Just stop all this lying.
I want some
Why do you
money.
think?
I said the football player
Yeah.
wife couldn't be on to show us the money. Like, what's going on?
She might not have wanted to be. It could have been like a Shamia situation because they tried to get Shamia on there full time. Her husband said hell to the no. So it's not just a matter of finding people with the money. You got to find people with the money who want to be bothered with this show. You got to find people with the money whose husbands are going to be okay with them being on here with these messy ladies that they see lying on people all the time. These men don't always want their wives around messy women. A lot of men don't like their wives around messy women. Papa
That
don't
is
like me
true.
talking to Papa don't like me talking to messy women. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that sometimes. So it's not always that easy.
That's
So we
true, but at least
Mhm.
we need some opulence. If we can't get them, we need to go get the girls who are actually have the monies. You know, the Minglings of the world who are in Atlanta, dating the ball players, dating the rappers. I
But
just
you
want to see
got to
some
get the
opulence.
ones who are willing to do it. That is the issue. You have to have the people who are willing to do it. And there's a lot of factors that play in here, right? You got to look at all the factors. It's a lot of things. You got to look at the optics. You got to find people who fit the bill. You know, Bravo is very fat phobic because you remember how they did Heavenly Trifling Trout Mouth Tail. Mariah tried to get her on Married to Medicine the first season. They wouldn't even let her on because they said she was too fat.
Oh my gosh.
Now Mariah was still bringing her to scenes and still bringing her to events to still try to get her in front of the camera.
I do
So
remember that. Yeah, that
yeah,
was
so
yeah.
yeah, so it's a lot of moving parts. It's not just like, oh, they rich, get on the show. Them people got to be willing. They got to fit the look because it's a lot of people. It's a lot of sisters with bread in Atlanta, but they might not look the way Bravo wants them to look. And I kind of see where Bravo is going. Like, if they showed us nothing else with Potomac, they showed us that not only are they racist, they actively participate in colorism and featureism and everything else. And they want to make sure that there's a certain look on the Bravo screens.
And that's sad because it really is like making it hard for them to keep the show alive because some of the casting just doesn't make sense. They really could have did a cast shakeup. Like I said, I don't understand even Sonya, but I'm surprised she threw that big party. I don't understand why Drew's still there. I really don't. I don't understand her for the show.
I
I
feel
think
like
her
there's other
husband
content to show.
is pulling a Portia, a Cordell Stewart. Let me get her on the show so I can divorce her and leave her high and dry. That's what I see about it because that man ain't never liked her. But
I
Yeah,
mean, she's been
and
in
I'm
a
with
few
you. I'm with you
movies.
there, Couture Bay. But the only difference is Cordell got Portia there, and you could tell he thought that girl was gonna sink. And Ditsy, crazy,
Mm,
messy or not, Portia swam like a big fish.
yeah.
And Drew, on the other hand, she was floundering before she got there. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Drew's boring, tacky, tasteless self.
what if y'all could bring somebody, but bring somebody onto the show, whether they've been a housewife or not? Who would y'all have, ladies?
I would get
Ooh.
the original cast back minus Deshaun Snow.
Mm. If I could bring
And,
somebody
and
on,
that's
that's
only, let me say this, and I'm gonna let Essence go.
Mhm.
That's only because Deshaun was beautiful and sweet, but Deshaun was boring as hell. That was our first born a housewife, was Deshaun Snow.
Yeah. It was sad. It was her. It was sad to see her try to raise that $1 million.
That wasn't even a problem. It was just she was boring. She was just boring.
It, I know, but it was so. I don't want to use the word stale, but it was too like cookie cutter. You know.
There was no cookie cutter. Like these are the early days of reality TV. There was nobody that was like that ensemble cast at all.
That's just how I feel about
I'm just being like
Mhm.
factual and honest. When
Mhm.
RHOA hit the scene, and those ladies literally broke the mold. They were the first cast of their kind to do what they were doing. They did to Bravo what Married to Medicine did to Bravo. It was a turning point in the existence of Bravo, because Bravo was not even a station that nobody even talked about. Only thing they ever did that had anybody's attention was, I think, being Bobby Brown or something. And so when those ladies burst on the scene, there was no cookie cutter. There was nothing for them to model themselves after. They literally came out butt naked, raw and real. And that's when everybody fell in love with Lanithia. That's when everybody, started paying attention to Sheree. That's when all the, these personalities kind of emerged. Mm-hmm. And the only personality that failed to emerge was Deshaun Snow. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Everybody is not interesting, and that's okay. It take all kinds in the world. But it definitely wasn't no cookie cutter, because what on earth could she have been modeled after? There was nobody before her.
No, I mean her personality, like as a housewife, like a literal housewife.
She was boring, and we didn't care about her husband. See,
yeah, we didn't care
normally when the girls are boring, we at least like their husband, and I think that was the Jon Snow's thing, because she never let us see what was really going on with that man. And then when they was going through their divorce, it was like too late. Like, girl, we don't care.
I think, but you know what though, Couture Bay, in Deshaun's defense with her sweet self, I don't think Deshaun knew what was going on with that man. I don't think Deshaun knew what was going on with that man, girl. I don't think so. She definitely gave naive and sweet and, just a good, home girl. And I don't think she knew what was going on. And he was definitely corny. Like, he wasn't anything to draw attention. He wasn't even nice to look at. So, like you say, Couture Bay, nobody was interested in nothing going on over there. It was like, oh, the house is nice. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, look at him do her makeup. It was just like stuff that, like flipping through a magazine. Like, oh, that's nice. That's really what it gave. That's nice.
Yeah, and that's so unfortunate too. Mm-hmm. How tragic. How dreadful.
How dreadful. Okay, and we need Dwight back. We need Derek J back. We need Miss Lawrence back. Like, we need the original crew minus sweet little Deshaun. Everybody minus sweet little Deshaun. Now, if you want to sprinkle in
Lisa too, crew, huh? Like Lisa too. Did you see Lisa on what is that show called with the actresses?
I liked Lisa, and I think when Lisa gets a little lit, she starts telling her real thoughts. So I think she'll be
right to a bay. That's why I said the whole original cast, because Lisa Wu was not always my favorite, but she always gave us something, and that's what I did. Like, I don't know about Ed Hartwell though. I'm glad that she got rid of him, or he got however they split, because I never really dug his energy. But yeah, Lisa Wu, girl, yes, when she was drinking last season, I said, oh my God, Couture Bay, girl, did you scream and throw something at the TV when Lisa Wu was on there drinking?
I was kicking my feet, and she was lit and talking to, what was it, Carlos? How was she? She would bring her back, but not me. I said, oh yeah, let us know, Lisa. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. But that's the thing, and what tickles me with that is, like, yes, Lisa, she said that because that's how she felt. It ain't about whether she liked you or not. She felt like you wasn't good, as entertaining as Kim. And if I'm gonna tell the truth, Lisa Wu was not as entertaining as Kim, and I don't even like Kim racist tail. But Kim was more entertaining than Lisa Wu. And it ain't always about friendship. Sometimes you just got to tell the truth, honey. Kim Zolciak was very entertaining on a lot of occasions. Even when she was problematic, she was entertaining. And one thing about Nene always kept it in perspective as to what's good for the show, not just who she liked. That's what I liked. And even though she was making complaints about Kim and some of her racist behavior, she still was willing to be like, yeah, she did that, and I'm complaining on her, but she's still good for the show. Just like she said about Kenya. Hey, Kenya is good TV. She's good for the show, but she's also gonna be the demise of this show. And I say, oh God.
Well, that's because some people don't understand. They're not the star. Like, a lot of people hate being the supporting cast, but the supporting cast makes the movie. Hence why we like
Ooh,
certain movies. It's not always, the
yes.
Viola Davises. It's the
Preach, girl.
it's everybody else in the background that made it like,
Yes.
ooh,
Girl,
to
you
me.
better
That's why I
tell
like
it.
Marlo.
You know what though, Couture Bay? You said a mouthful. I said that about Kandi. That's what was wrong with her. That's why she had so much hatred and nastiness toward Lanithia and Portia. But she don't understand. If you got a second man anointing, that's your anointing, that's your strength. That's where you're gonna always prosper. Stop trying to put yourself in the front if that ain't where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of people that want to be in the spotlight. They want to be the center of attention. You ain't got the personality for it. And everything in the world will be pointing it out to them and they will pretend not to see it. Every time you put yourself in the spotlight, people going off, cussing you out. They don't like it. It's like you rub everybody the wrong way, but you just don't get it. You don't understand. You trying to put yourself in a spot where you ain't meant to be. Sometimes
And
you got to go where you meant to be. I'm meant to cook and make clothes and talk trash. So that's what I do. Now, God forbid, just because I can hold two or three notes, I decide, well, I'm gonna put myself in the arena to be a singer because I can hold a couple of tunes in a bucket. I'm gonna be a singer. And then next thing you know, everything going left sideways, you offending people because you don't want to accept the fact that where you trying to put you, that's not where you gonna prosper. That's not where you belong.
I also don't like how Candy, every time the girls, gives them an opportunity, she throws it in their face. Like,
Yeah.
remember when she did that to Portia? Like, I put
Yeah.
you on my play, but you can have a difference of opinion. It's like she doesn't want that opposition. But when Don Juan and them was dragging your man, you kept
Yep.
them on the paper. It's ridiculous. It's just, to me, she gonna have us have a new, hotter, younger cast, which the network really wants. I believe those rumors when they said they're tired of spending the money and they was looking for ways to get all the girls who cost the most money off
Off
the
that show.
show.
I believe that
that's
too. I,
crazy.
I, I honestly believe that Couture Bay, and I think that's why they put Marlo in a position and had her being the henchman to take shots at Kandi and Kenya all last season. And I believe that they're the ones that put her up to saying, I'm just going to leave the scene if you're not talking. I believe production is behind all of that. And I do agree. Everybody they paying a lot of money to, they want them out of there. And you know what else? It's validated because you remember Couture Bay what they was paying Toyota forever.
A whole lot of money. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, $1,000. Get the hell out of here. To come on here and embarrass yourself and rub on other women and have people talking about you hunching profit lot for $1,000 an episode. Get the entire hell out of here. She could have made more money on YouTube.
Okay.
So the fact that they would bring in a friend of the show and pay peanuts lets me further know that they definitely do not want to be cutting them big checks.
But did you like Marlo's storyline with her mom? Because I really thought that
I
was,
don't know if that was a storyline. I just think that's her mama. Like you
well, you
can't
know
do
what I
nothing
mean,
against
like
your mama.
her portion of the show, like when she has her solo scenes. I really enjoyed that. Like,
I
and even when she was like a friend of, I liked Marlo then, so I like her as a full-time cast member.
I don't
What do
know
you think
whether I
of her?
like her or don't like her. I don't think
Mhm.
that's never been my issue because I don't dislike Marlo. My issue was that she came in and agreed to do their dirty work for them and take shots at people, and I just felt like that's a lot. You know, these same people who kept you as a friend all these years when you really could have been had a peach, honestly. Other than the fact that Andy was holding a grudge and being nasty, and so this person who intentionally shut you out while using your talent turn around and now he needs you to come help him save this show that's sinking because he stabbed your homegirl in the back. I don't really cut for that. I feel like you showing us who you are, Marlo. That's all. I don't dislike her. I ain't got nothing
Mhm.
against her, but I see what you're doing, and to me it don't look cool.
Mm.
I like Marlo. I think Marlo has her issues though, but
Mm-hmm.
it's real because she's a single woman. She's, brings opulence. I just want the opulence back, and I want the genuineness back, even though it's reality TV.
And that's the thing. I'm with you. I definitely want that back. And like I said before, Marlo is the bomb being a sidekick to a big personality. Marlo is not a standalone personality. She's just not. And that's not bad either. Like, I feel like people hear stuff like that and they feel like, oh, it's a diss. It's not a diss. It's just an observation. On her own, you put her with Nene, oh, please. They were rolling. They played off each other. It was cool. It was cool. But Marlo standalone, it's almost like Kenya. If Kenya don't have nobody to throw shots at, she be struggling. And then she started becoming redundant and repeating herself. And not every man who says anything to her is aggressive. Like, it's showing their hand a little bit.
And it's going to be a liability.
Like Kenya when she did to Tootie, pulling her seat and
I didn't like
up
that.
all in her face. And I said, see, I told y'all I didn't like no Marlo. Look at, not Marlo, but Kenya. Look at this. Yeah. So every time somebody serves it to her, I said, so be it. Justice for Tootie.
Yeah, I mean, because the way she treated Kim Fields was disgusting. One thing about Kim Fields, she might not have been the most interesting, but she was definitely professional, very much classy, very much not non-problematic. So the attacks on Kim Fields was strange. It was strange to watch her attack that lady. It was very weird.
I have to watch that season because
it was very weird to watch. Like you said, Couture Baby is snatching on the chair and getting in the, like, what did you want her to do? Did you think she was going to descend to your level and start screeching like an alley cat? Like, what the hell did you think was gonna happen, little Miss Ashley Detroit? What did you think was gonna happen? Ooh, child, the ghetto. Why would you do that?
She was jealous of that woman because she had a real career, a real husband, real marriage certificates.
Yeah. And I'm with Jasmine. Jasmine got a point. She said, I like Marlo. When she's your friend, she's your friend. That's true. Now, if she with you, she with you. If she not, she shady. But I don't like the Marlo production is making her be. I don't like that version of her either. But I do like her there with another big personality, just kind of doing her thing without production, like overproducing and directing every one of her moves, because she's a cool friend to be around people who actually have the coin, because she got her own coin. I like that. But it's crazy when you got people there that's like, it don't look right. The fact that Marlo said that girl had tape on the bottom of them Giuseppe's, Couture Baby, you don't know how I clutched at my pearls. I said tape on the sole of the shoe.
I said, since when are we taking clothes back? I don't like that.
Girl, I didn't know people were still doing that until they started talking about it with this whole social media buzz. Like, I remember that from like 87, 88. Like, people still taking clothes back to the store. Clothes are going back to the store. And tape on the sole of the shoe. And that Marlo, her St. Pete, girl, St. Pete reckless. Did you hear what Marlo said, Couture Baby? That fool talking about, yeah, we got the same shoe, but mine ain't got tape on the bottom.
I just said that she taking them back and they're gonna sell them to us price, knowing that lady wore them heels
and had her foot all in them with tape on the sole. Now every time you go walking somewhere, your foot sticking to the floor, and you don't know why. Because this heifer done left glue on the sole of the shoe.
Well, thanks for having me, Shanitra. I'm gonna drop down.
You drop it?
It was nice talking to you. Yeah. Before I go though, I want to answer Couture Babe's question. I think somebody like Malaysia from Basketball Wives would be good. Like, she's kind of like
hell no.
I
little broke
let me just say
we got enough people on RHOA.
She's a little bit mid, but because her business is out there already, I feel like that group of people could kind of like help her deal with that a lot better and maybe even mature. And she already has like experience on a reality television show. She had a house in Atlanta. So I wouldn't, and she's younger too. So I really wouldn't mind like somebody like that going over there. So yeah, that would be somebody along those lines. Somebody
with no money who's kind of ghetto. We already got
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God! No, you know what, Essence? I see the vision. I see we could work with that. We could class that up.
Oh
But
hell no, you can't
I
class up LaQuisha. LaQuisha done bleached herself and turned her skin orange, her money bad. People talking about how she raising her children. Hell no, we don't need that. And who wife is she? We got a whole.
True.
We already got a bunch of non-wives. And the
Yeah,
last
that
thing
is
we
true.
need is an extra young hood booger on the show.
Okay, touche.
We got enough of that. Kandi brought the hood booger.
Okay, I'll be in the chat.
All right.
Ooh, that's too funny. You know what, Sinitra?
Mm-hmm.
I said it on my channel. I'm gonna say it here. I think we need like because they are in Atlanta. We need a real lesbian couple, not the fake ones. Someone who's married, who's established. There's several of them. I know we can't get the money, but somebody who will bring something to the show. Since they're already doing lady prime things, we might as well go get a real one. I also believe we need like one of the girls who owns a salon that are like the top girls. We need that. We need an athlete's wife, and then we need just somebody who has money, like Tanya type money, Tanya
Yeah, we
type of
need
television.
somebody with money.
Like
We
I
need
think
that's what
all
we
of them
need.
make a great show.
Yeah, because
That's
I don't think we need to go down the LG XYZ rabbit hole. No, enough of that. Because Atlanta already got that stereotype. And so now then here we come with that mess. I wouldn't want to see that. Hell to the no. I was annoyed with them, like as you say, the lady time activities anyway was so annoying because it was so fake. And it gives pandering. I feel about that the same way I felt about Karen Huger. And don't get me wrong, I love the Grand Dame. But the same way I felt about her with her variety show, and you got to bring drag queens and this and that, I feel like it's pandering. And
ooh,
it's going to look like what it is, pandering. So we don't need that. We just need bring the money back and bring real Atlanta. Stop bringing in chicks like Kenya from Detroit.
ooh.
Bring in the real Atlanta.
Who went and got her? Whose friend was she? How did she?
Nobody was friends with her. They just brought her on the show and they let Nene introduce her. Nene didn't know that lady like that.
Oh wow! See, there we go.
And she got on with the false pretenses. Oh, I'm still with my ex and he thinking about proposing, knowing they wasn't really together like that. They
Yeah,
need to they need to bring the married ladies back to this show and ladies who are married with coin.
yeah.
That's what we need.
That's why I'm ready for Real Housewives of New York because I know it's some sugar babies over there. I didn't see the lineup. I didn't started googling them. I said, oh yeah, I'm ready.
Straight up, because like when they started, that was the thing. And then he was always saying like the ladies behind the gates. And it's like that's what we want to see. And it was exciting to watch at that time because it was nice to see that many black ladies on a screen that were living. Like these girls is living, even if they did have Kim Little Dingy Tail in there. It was cool to see them black ladies living. And now what we got?
Single ladies.
Single women with houses that need to be pressure washed real bad.
But Sinitra, I'm gonna show. I think you do. Sinitra is back, y'all. Thank y'all for having me up. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Essence Girl, thank you for watching the. You ain't gotta watch the show because we'll watch it for you.
Okay, and then we'll tell y'all what happened. Couture Bay, you ain't got to thank me. You pop up here and holler at me anytime you get ready. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. Your sis is hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry as a prisoner of war. I feel like a POW. So I'm going to eat something, okay? I'm not going to disappear. I'm too big to disappear. But I'm going to definitely go eat something. But I appreciate y'all coming and hang out with me and let me get all this gossip off my chest and run my mouth because it was about to make me explode or implode or whichever one results in bits and pieces flying everywhere. That's what was going to happen. I was just holding in too much pressure. But listen, y'all, listen. If you didn't get a chance to hit the like button on the way in, please make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every time we go live over here on this porch. I would so appreciate it if you would. Okay. Also, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. We'd love to have you here. Everybody is welcome. And make sure, if nothing else, my darlings, Okay, if you want to join channel membership, do that too, because we have wonderful events. You missed the Mother's Day event, don't worry, don't sweat it. We're gonna have more events coming up, and we want you to be a part of it. And that way we can also celebrate your birthday, because we do celebrate birthdays of all of our channel members. Even if you ain't in the chat, we're gonna celebrate you, shout you out, bless your cash app, all that good stuff. We're gonna show love. So make sure that you come and participate, and go in the description box, hit my Amazon storefront, pick up some of my favorite things, my crafting supplies, the types of things that I like to do, and maybe we can get to doing some crafts together. Okay, also the dream journals and your Bible study notes are also in the description box, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow on this same porch. Okay, so we can talk about this same show and give these people the pure devil if they don't come through and do what they're supposed to do on this here RHOA. So in the meanwhile, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Remember to be positive and productive. Take care of somebody. Okay? Take care of somebody. If you don't do nothing else, look out for some other people. Show love. And remember, God loves you. I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. We'll talk again real soon. Bye, y'all.